AfterShocks.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Tuesday afternoon to you. Hunker down. I've heard that the rain is on the horizon in certain parts of our area. So let us know. Keep us, as we always ask, keep us abreast. If you've got inclement weather that everyone needs to know about, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program today. Back after a day off, long weekend. Took my mama up to Sedona for the weekend. First time she's ever been to Sedona, Arizona. Second time that I've been there this summer already. I don't know. That might be my new little getaway spot. I know a lot of you get away to Sedona, Arizona. I think this weekend was only I think I've been there now 4 times, maybe 4 times. I've been here 18 years. I've been to Sedona 4 times, and I think 3 of those 4 times have been in the last 2 years. But have you been? J-Dub. J-Dub joins me today. Dragon Ball will be filling in for Cricket on weather because she is off this week, sequestered in her basement for Shark Week. Have you ever been to Sedona, J-Dub?
So my grandfather, Clark, was one of the surveyors of Glen Canyon.
Okay.
Which is where they built the Glen Canyon Dam that became Lake Powell. And he had a boat on Lake Powell my whole life. The surveying was done in the 50s and 60s. So I went to Lake Powell twice every summer. Mm-hmm. So I've been to Sedona hundreds of times. Every single summer we would spend Oak Creek and Sedona, both places. Right. But, we went up there twice every summer for my whole childhood. So, yeah, back in those days, it was like a tenth the size that it is now, though. It's been much more, a lot of construction over the last 2 decades.
Yeah, it's still not that big, but it's bigger, I'm sure, than it probably was when you were talking about that you were there.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I was there was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of times. Slide Rock was a big place we always went to. But we didn't go there to sit by pools. We went there to hike. We went there for the outdoors.
I see. Yeah, I'm not. We took a train ride. I don't know if you've been. They got this thing called the Verde Canyon Railroad that's up there, kind of a little bit on the outskirts of Cottonwood. So we went over there, and my mom she loves trains, so we went on a little 4-hour train ride. It lasted 4 hours, but it's really only 2 hours because you got to go out and then you come back on the same line, so it's not like you're seeing 4 hours of new stuff. It's like 2 hours of the same thing.
What?
Just going in different directions.
Did she think?
She liked it. She enjoyed it. She thought it was a whole lot of fun. we got to see a lot of the red rocks, and she thought that was really cool and whatnot. And you're right there. A lot of the ride, you're right there on the Verde River, which was brown because of all the rain that's come through there and shedded the red rocks into the river. So it was kind of, a cool looking experience as well from that. And we actually did get a little rain on the way back, which I was like, the only thing we need now is a little bit I wanted a bigger storm than we got, but we got a little rain on the way back, which made the last part of the ride even more cool.
It's a good time of year now because what's ended up happening is because the Grand Canyon is such a, I got to go there bucket list once in a lifetime kind of experience. When you get people traveling from Europe or Asia that come to America and they want to hit up the Southwest, the Grand Canyon is on that list. And if you're going to the Grand Canyon, DK, you might as well check out Flagstaff. You might as well check out Sedona while you're there. So I've noticed like the last 2 or 3 times I was there in the fall, it was 3 or 4 times busier than I remember it being. But now, this time of year, you don't have to necessarily maybe deal with quite the crowds you will in the fall and into the spring. But my favorite Sedona, DK, is snowy Sedona.
Ooh, yeah, I've not been up there, and that's probably the one thing. Every time I've gone, it's been in the summertime. Yeah, so I've not been up there in the winter.
Like, the snow on the saguaros? It's such a visual thing. If you've seen that once, it's just such a cool thing. Well, snow on those red rocks, it's very striking contrast between the red and the white. So, but just the canyons, and I mean, just how much water comes through there, and it's a very wet area certain times of the year. So it's really nice to go up there when everything's, super green, and especially in the springtime after the snow's melting.
We went up to what's called Airport Mesa to watch the sunset. I don't think my mother was very impressed with the sunset.
Yeah. Well, how long has she been in Tucson? I mean, she's seen a few good sunsets down here, too.
I don't know that she's seen a lot of suns. I thought that would be something really cool that she would get, she was like, she was just not that impressed with it. So, it was just.
I've seen a sunset, David.
Right. Well, she's been around 90 years, so I'm sure she's seen quite a few sunsets. But, you've never seen it on top of a little bit of an overlook with some gorgeous mountains in the background, so I thought she would, she would enjoy that. But I don't think she was real impressed with that aspect of it. But it was a fun time.
My favorite thing to do as a kid was used to go down the creek, and there was fresh berries that would grow down there on the side of the creek. I think it was a lot, but before quite, again, I think Sedona at that time was a population of 6,000 or 7,000 people, and now it's probably up to 20 or 30. But it just seems like there was so much wild right next to the city, like right in the area you could go out and walk and touch some nature.
Well, it's funny, we were driving in, and where we were staying was right next to the high school, Red Rock High School. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's the high school. And she's like, oh, there's a high school here? And I was like, yeah, Mom, people actually do live here. It's not just a place that people come in and vacation. There are people that actually live here. They actually do have a high school here. So, yeah, it's a community.
I like the McDonald's.
Yeah, because it's got the it doesn't. I told her about that.
Yeah,
it's the only McDonald's in the country that doesn't have the golden arch. It has it's like a greenish.
It's a copper. Yeah, it's like that green copper color.
Yeah. So we stopped through there. She loves her McGriddle, so we had to get a McGriddle on the way out yesterday. So we stopped through there, and I was explaining.
I love that story. Yeah, every McDonald's in the country and the world has to have the golden arches, except for that because in the city limits they can make their own rules.
Exactly. Kind of fun for sure. So, yeah, good weekend up there. We were, like I said, my wife and I went up there about a month ago. We stayed in Oak Creek. We didn't stay in Sedona because we went up there. We watched one of the U.S. soccer games and then played some golf up there in Oak Creek, get a nice little 9-hole shorter executive course. And then that was the weekend we went up to Flagstaff to see Yachtly Crew. So, made a little stop.
Yeah, Oak Creek's a nice little town in its own right. I got some friends who've settled in there. Some friends I know that were old, factory workers in the Detroit made the height of Detroit car making for 20, 30 years, moved up there. They've been up there for 20 years. So I always swing by and say hi. But yeah, my experience going to bars and just hanging out in Oak Creek is just in general some good people around that area for sure.
520-848-1290. Love to hear your thoughts on places next time I go. If there's a place I should hit when I go to Sedona or Oak Creek, maybe it's a place I have not been yet. Because my wife is actually. So I went this weekend. She and her girlfriends are going. I went this past weekend. She and her girlfriends are going this weekend up there for a little bit of a 2-night stay. So actually, I think they're going to be there 3 nights: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So
girls' weekend in Vegas is like a lot of Sex in the City martini type drinks, but I think girls' night in Sedona is a little more like cucumbers on the eyes and chilling by the pool.
Yeah, they're going to they're going to do the train ride as well. So should be a fun weekend for them. The Sedona is getting a lot of our money this summer.
Right.
So, and trust me, it's not cheap. Meals are expensive up there. I was like, holy! I was like, how much for a chicken sandwich?
Well, that's a tourist town. that is a draw. That's you get people from around the country, around the world to come. Just like Tucson. Tucson's got the gem show, and this is the place you want to see saguaros. You come to Tucson. So Sedona's got its own thing, and because it's not too far away from the Grand Canyon, it's just that appeal for a lot of Europeans and Asians for sure.
520-848-1290 again is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. DK on the Sports Tip. Full show for you. Today, we got a couple of interviews on tap. We're going to talk to Brett Gilmore, Tucson City Golf. If you want golf clubs, I've always kind of had him. I've never actually bought an actual pair of golf clubs in my life. I've always kind of gotten my golf clubs either from people. Like, I think my first set was like one of my uncle's sets, and then my dad gave me kind of a set after he had gotten some new clubs. So I've never actually had my own golf clubs, but everything people have always told me is if you're ever going to get your own golf clubs, you should get them fitted for you. Don't just buy golf clubs. Get the right kind that are fitted for you, your swing, and all of that.
It's when you get a suit, DK, you can buy it off the rack, or you can spend an hour getting measured and then a week later get called back to pick it up.
Exactly. I got, in fact, at the tail end of my television career, I had two, because I used to just buy suits off the rack, and then I had the last two suits I bought for TV, I had them custom fitted. So yeah, it's a whole different deal. Because I have these weird shoulders, they're kind of broad, and so the jackets don't all really fit me. Right. I get that kind of bubble in the back of the collar and all that. So it's like I'm taking the jacket back 10 times to see if they can get the bubble out of the collar and all of that. So finally, I said I'm just gonna go and get some suits fitted for exactly kind of my frame and whatnot. So yeah, so now I got two fitted suits that I hardly ever wear.
So when are you going to get a set of golf clubs is the question.
I don't know. That's like the next thing on the list, and we're going to talk to Brett Gilmore because they are having a golf club fitting out at Tucson City Golf. I think it's at Randolph. We'll talk to him about that. That's coming up on Thursday. So we'll kind of find out what it's all about. Heck, I might have to get out there Thursday and see if I can get me fitted for a set, because it's definitely one of the things that's on although all my money has been spent in Sedona this summer, so I don't know how much I have left to get fitted golf clubs, but it's definitely something that I would like to do.
You guys just did buy a place too. So.
Yeah, that too. And maybe a timeshare. I don't know. We spent way more money this year than we probably have needed to spend.
But you could blame that on your wife because she handles the money, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Nothing gets signed off on without her approval. So yeah, but we'll kind of talk to Brett Gilmore and get an idea what this event is all about. I don't know that I've heard of an event like this in Tucson, and I'm sure they have them, but we'll just kind of get an idea of what it's all about and what you can expect if you head on out there this on Thursday and get yourself fitted for some golf clubs. Also, it is Mexican Baseball Fiestas coming back this fall. 15th anniversary Mexican Baseball Fiesta. Frank Gomez is going to join us. Frank Gomez, who is pretty much taken over running this event from his dad, Francisco Gomez. And Frank played high school baseball, was here in Southern Arizona, and was short for a professional career. I believe he was. We had Francisco Rivero in here a couple weeks ago, and I believe Frank Gomez was also drafted by the Nationals back when he played professionally. So the Nationals seem to like the talent here in Southern Arizona. But we'll talk to Frank about the Mexican Baseball Fiesta. U of A is going to be involved in that event once again, as they have been kind of a fixture playing in the MBF for about the last 7-8 years or so. So Chip Hale will have his club over there. We'll talk to him about all the festivities of the teams coming in, Hermosillo, Tijuana, and all the folks that are going to be here. Maybe we'll talk to him a little bit about the unfortunate failed opportunity to get Mexican baseball here in the Winter League that transpired this last year, and see maybe if he has any ideas on if that could potentially be something that
have
is
they changed the visa process since the last time they tried?
Right, exactly.
I don't know that they have.
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to wait and see if we can ever get that, because I think that was just a tremendous idea, something that I thought would fit really well here in Southern Arizona, but unfortunately they just could not get the logistics of that together to make it happen this past year. We'll see if there's any thoughts on maybe going that route in the future to come future down the line. Also, we've been talking a lot about the basketball tournament, and last night got a little crazy in the basketball tournament. You had the old boys from Wichita State and the old boys from Kansas, and they was out there. Not only was they out there balling, but they was out there throwing blows at each other last night. And again, every time I turn this event on, I keep coming back to, why are we not a part of this? Why is U of A not in this event? I keep coming back to that every time I turn on the event. Last night, I mean, they played this was the first, I think, game that I've seen that was actually played in the campus arena. A lot of the games have not been played in the campus arenas.
Yeah, the way it's done this year is there's 8 teams that are alumni and 5 teams that are not. So they're 2 different brackets.
Right.
So the 8 teams play in the arena. So if there's 2 college alumni bases that are forming a team, they're playing in the arena. The other is a completely different venue.
Right.
So there are 3 teams from Kansas and 2 teams from Kentucky. So 5 of the 8 alumni-based teams are from 2 states. So it's not just the University of Arizona that's not well represented. Yeah. Only 8 alumni teams in this. They've had as many as 64 teams in this tournament in the past. There are only 8 alumni-based teams this year.
Yeah, it's been scaled back dramatically than what it was maybe 6-7 years
We all know about the Shockers' success, right? They made a Final Four run.
Wow.
What if I told you? I had to look it up. They've only played twice in 3 decades.
Wow.
They don't
Kansas
play each
and
other.
Washington. Yeah, exactly.
Wichita State does not play. They do not play each other.
And Wichita State, the AfterShocks is what they're called. They won this thing last year. So it was it got in Kansas folks, and it was cool because the building was kind of split. It was a lot of Wichita State fans there. It was their building, but there was also a lot of Kansas fans there. So you had a lot of blue mixed in with the gold. So it was just a cool atmosphere last night. To watch that game, and then except for the real brawl, there was a little bit of a fisticuff in the middle of it, but then the real brawl that came after the game, and that got a little ugly. But
it was a really cool atmosphere, except for the woman who had a compound fracture in her nose.
Yeah, exactly. We'll let you hear from some of the particulars after about that particular event straight ahead. Again, DK on the Sports Tip. Want to hear from you? Did you watch that game last night? 520-848-1290. What do we got to do to get a U of A team in this event? What do we have to do? What do we have to do to get U of A involved in the basketball tournament? Dragon Ball is in for cricket. He's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s. He's got your traffic in your way.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have some I-10 ramp closed. Be mindful of eastbound I-10 on-ramp of Park Avenue closed through mid-August. Westbound I-10 Park Avenue off-ramp is closed for the next month and a half or so. And the westbound Palo Verde on-ramp is closed there permanently. As for your weather right now, still sitting at 101 degrees. We'll be staying in the triple digits before finally cooling off after 6. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. Earn unlimited double miles on every purchase with the Capital One Venture X business card. Big purchasing power means you can spend more and earn more. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Did you hear what we're talking about?
Let's hope we don't wait another 4 years to pay attention to soccer.
What are you going to get your Columbus Crew kit there, DK?
That's the only team in Ohio, so I guess I got to rep the Crew.
DK on the Sports Tip, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good. No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify, but hurry. Time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
It's July in Tucson. No time to gamble on a cheap AC install. Some of the other AC names got bought out by investment companies and won't stand behind their installs. We stand behind our installs with a 1-year money-back guarantee. Family owned since 2001. Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Call 520-492-0748 or online at picturerockschooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, when we left you on Friday, the Diamondbacks were in a really good place.
1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. D-backs leading 3-2. Seawald set. The 1-2. Swinging a grounder to second. This should do it. Marte has it. Throws to first, and the Diamondbacks win.
Diamondbacks Download. Baseball talk.
That was Friday night. Mike Farron back on the call on the radio side. 4 straight wins, 6 victories in 7 games. 6 games over 500. Remember we talked last week? Let's get to 7.
They've never been more than 5 over 500 as far as I can tell in my lifetime. I don't know what's going on. Just like over 5 over 500, 5 over 500.
Right. Let's keep rolling. Keep the train rolling. Things were looking good. We were starting to feel good about ourselves and this Diamondbacks team. And then Saturday happened and C.J. Abrams began to happen.
Now the kick and Brad's pitch. Breaking ball, line center field toward right center. It's down for the base hit. This is going to tie the game. Scoring from third is Meade. In from second is Chaparro. And diving head first into second base with a game-tying 2-run double is C.J. Abrams. Here's the pitch. Swing and a drive hit well to deep right center field. Carroll going back, warning track. Wall looking up. It is gone. Goodbye. Bang! Zoom goes C.J. Abrams with his 25th home run of the year. A new career high.
All right, C.J. Abrams. It has been absolutely unbelievable since the All-Star break. He's got an OPS over 1.6. He's hit 7 home runs. He's driven in 15 runs. So as of Sunday, after the game on Sunday, he had more homers by himself. Remember last week we talked about Corbin Carroll had more triples for the season than like 13 teams.
Right.
Like since the All-Star break, C.J. Abrams has more homers than 7 teams.
Wow.
7 teams.
Counterpoint, since the All-Star break, they've played the Athletics and the Rockies and now the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Wow. 2 of those teams are not very good, and one of them doesn't really know who they are. So that was Saturday. He went 3 for 4 and drove in 3 runs. Then Sunday, he hit a home run early and another home run early, and that one had to be reviewed because they thought initially they said it was not a home run, but then they changed it to a home run. Then he came up again in the 4th inning.
Hits this one hard. Right center again. And C.J. Abrams has himself a 2-homer day.
He has been lighting up the D-backs this year. Not only in this series, but that series back at Chase Field. You haven't figured out a way to get him out yet.
No, they have not figured out a way to get C.J. Abrams out. So these are the teams. So he has more home runs than the Blue Jays, the Orioles, the Mariners, the Twins, the White Sox, the Cardinals. We talked about the Cardinals. They don't have any star power outside of Jordan Walker, and the Angels. So that's 7 teams. He has hit more home runs than those teams since the All-Star break, which was about 2 weeks ago now. So about over a 2-week stretch. This kid, so C.J. Abrams, I don't know if you watched these games. He is 190 pounds.
Right.
190 pounds. And he has hit 27 home runs this year and driven in 82 runs. He's hitting 295. So he's 14th in the league in hitting. He's 7th in the league, tied for 7th in the league in home runs. And he leads the league in runs batted in.
What was the last shortstop to lead majors in runs batted in?
191. He's not supposed to be hit.
No.
He could hit 35 home runs and drive in 110 runs this year still and hit 300 at 190 pounds. That's what I weigh. I'm not going out there hitting 35 home runs. Unbelievable talent. This young man, C.J. Abrams is. And really, really, just really fun to watch this young man play baseball. But, yeah, he absolutely ate. He ate big time. Speaking of 8 against Arizona, he ate as in 8 hits. 8 hits and 13 at-bats.
He was hungry.
With 3 home runs and 6 RBIs in that series.
So Vern Stevens is the last shortstop to lead the majors in RBIs. And that was in 1950.
Wow. Vern Stevens. Can't say I've ever heard of Vern Stevens. No. Yeah, so 2 losses to end the Nationals series.
You know why you don't know Vern Stevens?
Yeah.
Because he was Ted Williams' teammate.
There you go.
Hard to get a headline with Ted Williams on your team.
When you got Teddy Ballgame on your team, yeah, you're not getting a lot of headlines there. The road trip shifted to Pittsburgh. Early lead last night, 2-0, but game went to extras, and they could not finish it out.
2-2. Off the glove of Vargas, and the Pirates win it.
Oh, how disappointing that was for the D-backs.
Disappointing because now, once again, you're mired in a 3-game losing streak. After all that goodwill, 6 wins in 7 games, 4 in a row, got to 6 over, and now you've lost 3 in a row.
I was just making a joke, but it literally has been the case. It's ever since, I think the last 2 seasons. It seems like every time they get 4 to 5 games over, it doesn't go 6, 7, 8, 9. They always stumble back a little bit, kind of ebbs and flows.
It's hard to fathom. It's hard to fathom. Let's hear from Torey Lovello on the little things last night that cost the D-backs a 3-2 10-inning loss.
Maybe the errant pickoff throw. I mean, when you
drop into that level and you're looking at the minutia and the small little details, which we do, everything matters in this game. The Reynolds at bat, it's a 50-50 ball, whether you put him on intentionally, or I think Velaz has got nasty stuff with 2 strikes. We made a mistake there. There's other small, very small details, but these guys fight, and that's what I'm proud of.
And spoiled a really nice outing by Cousin Merrill last night. Cousin Merrill on the bump for the D-backs, and has really kind of solidified some things. 5 2/3, couldn't get him. I ran into a little trouble in the 6th, but it would have been nice to get him that last out and get that 6th inning quality start. No earned runs, allowed just 4 hits, had 6 Ks to 1 walk. So that's when you get an outing like that, you want to win a baseball game, and so that's why those 3-2 losses or any loss like that in 10 innings is tough. But Torrey really impressed with what he saw from Cousin Merrill.
I think the first couple batters, that was very apparent that he had a good feel for that changeup. There was some swing and miss, some early weak contact. So you got to be able to throw the changeup and secondary stuff in this ballpark to left-handed hitters, and he did a good job. I think things just got away from him there in the 6th. I was at some point in this game, I was contemplating, how far he could go and could he pitch through 7. That's where we were. But then it got pitch count climbed very quickly there, and he did his job.
All right, so now you've lost 3 in a row. You got game 2 of the series tonight. It is coming up here in about 10 minutes from the nation's capital. Cade Cavalli will be on the mound tonight for the Nationals. And for your Diamondbacks, again, you want to try to get this thing back right because you've still got a long road trip. You got 2 more games in Washington, and then you've got 3 games in Cleveland coming up. So you're about halfway through this road trip. Brandon Pfaadt has been pitching well, though. He'll get the ball tonight. 5-1 on the year, 4.43 ERA. I think I'm mistaken to say Bubba Chandler gets the ball tonight. Sorry, Bubba Chandler for the Pirates. We'll talk to Dragon Ball coming up a little bit about his team as they get game 1 in this
Dragon
series.
Ball, what do you think of Bubba Chandler's mustache?
Bubba Chandler. He's got one of the better mustaches, right?
He does.
In baseball, yeah, Bubba Chandler definitely has one of that. But you'd really like to see Brandon Pfaadt, who, again, had to go down. They sent him down. And but since coming up, he's got 5 wins and 5 starts.
Yeah.
So that's real impressive.
Weird because we talk about run support, talk about Dragon Ball, and his pitchers getting no run support. Brandon Pfaadt with a 4.43 ERA DK at 5-1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a 2.33 earned run average in those 5 starts since coming back from AAA Reno. So let's see if Brandon can continue that tonight against Bubba Chandler. 3:40 first pitch coming up at Nationals Park in D.C. We'll keep you abreast, obviously, of that game as we go on this show tonight. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. If you have D-backs thoughts, are we back in the dumpster again? Are we back in the dumps? I should the dumpster. Are we back in the dumps again after what we've seen the last 3 nights?
I think I almost said Oakland. I think the Athletics are in the dumpster, and the Rockies are in the dumpster, but I think Arizona is on the edge of the playoffs.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, they are. They're right there. They're right. Now, let's see. I did not look at the standings. I know we were in that third, or they were in the third wild card spot.
Let's see. Right
they are now tied with the Pirates.
They are tied.
That's why this series is so important. They've lost 3 in a row. The Pirates have won 2 straight to put themselves back. So both teams 55 and 52 tied for that third wild card spot behind the Cubs and the Phillies.
Tied for the third wild card spot, but only 6 games out of the first playoff spot, right? So
exactly.
I mean, the Cubs are 5.5 ahead of them, and they've got the number 1 wild card spot.
But
currently,
again, still a bunch of teams right there behind the Pirates and the D-backs. The Nationals being one of those teams, the Cardinals being another one of those teams, the Padres just a half game out, and this team is also right there, just 2 games out of the wild card spot. They actually would, I think about a month ago, they were actually leading the wild card spot before they fell into a 12-game losing streak. The Miami Marlins, well, that ended last night.
1-2. Conine with a line shot into right for a base hit. Bird comes in to score, and this skid is snapped. The franchise record 12-game losing streak is no more.
I think they are the first team since, ironically, another recent expansion team. Well, not recent, but most recent. They are the first team since the 2002 Devil Rays to snap a 12-plus game losing streak after trailing by multiple runs entering the ninth inning, as they were able to score, I believe it was 4 in the ninth, to beat the Phillies last night,
What's
8-7.
better, the level of excitement of a broadcaster breaking a 12-game losing streak or winning a pennant?
I think winning a pennant, probably.
It's pretty
I
close.
Think winning a pennant.
He sounded really excited there, DK.
Unfortunately, Johan Duran is one of my fantasy closers, so that was bad for me last night. Not happy to see him not get that save and to give up a bunch of runs in the process. But hey, that's life. Such is life. So the Marlins are right there. I mean, they're right there still, even though they've lost 12 in a row and they've fallen kind of down from where they were. They still only are 2 games out of a wild card spot as well. So a bunch of teams fighting for those 3 positions in the National League. It's going to be fun to watch over the course of these next, what do we got? 2 months. 2 months or so. All right, DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We're going to break in here, get you some traffic as well. Coming back, we'll dive into everything that's been happening over the weekend. There's a lot, obviously, with your Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett finally got his money. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. But I mean, and don't get me wrong, the Cardinals are not built to win. This year, but I'm very surprised that everybody thinks they're going to be like the worst team in the league. I'm hearing people say that the Cardinals are going to be the worst team. in the NFL.
I mean, they've got a running back. They didn't have a running back last year, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think new staff is just like so many unknowns. But I did hear a couple of questions to Jacoby specifically, and I will paraphrase, but how do you justify to the fans who don't think a 1-11 quarterback deserves a raise? Basically, it was asked directly to his face, and he said, I don't give a damn. I don't care about those guys.
There you go.
The deal's done.
It is. 520-848-1290, the number to get on the program. Dragon Ball with traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the 5.
From the Cruise & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. 22nd Street is closed between Tucson Boulevard and Cherry Belle Avenue. Eastbound turns from Aviation Parkway on 22nd not permitted, with the Aviation Bikeway also closed north and south of the bridge there. Broadway or Aviation Parkway can be used as alternate routes, but road work on eastbound Aviation Parkway between Keno and 22nd usually causes afternoon slowing there. Your weather still at 101 will eventually drop to 94 by 9 o'clock. I'm Dragon with Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
That ball's going to be caught out at midfield. Chris Hunter, another spectacular catch.
It's the last year. I just want to put it all out on the line. Use everything I learned, make this year a great one.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
The day
when you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, all the furry four-legged co-pilots out there. Pets like Axel, Bandit, and Smokey, who may not understand humans but do listen to you rant about young people today for hours. Thanks, heroes. Know what else keeps safe truckers going? Saving an average of $6,181 when they elect to share their ELD data with us. Get a quote at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. 2025 National Average Safe Driver Enrollment Discount Savings for new Progressive customers. Excludes mandatory program participants. Not available in all states. Driving data could increase or decrease premiums at renewal.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, we're here to get you there.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
14 teams believed, 12 were wrong. The Indoor Football League National Championship hits the Tucson Convention Center on Sunday, August 16th. It's football full throttle. The best players, the biggest hits, the only game that matters. Don't just hear about it, be a part of it. History will happen. Get your tickets now at IFLNationalChampionship.com or Ticketmaster. The IFL National Championship, Sunday, August 16th at the Tucson Convention Center.
Hi, you know me, Scott Lehman from ScottSaysYes.com. Check out this month's Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar powered by Premier Auto Center.
Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar at wildcatsradio1290.com to find out what community events are coming up in the Tucson area. You can also find Wildcats Radio 1290 events, upcoming sporting events, and more. Get the details and get involved with our community at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Go to ScottSaysYes.com today.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. They are underway in Pittsburgh between the Diamondbacks and the Pirates. We'll keep you abreast of that game. You got to wonder because we are slowly but surely getting close to the trade deadline. And what does that mean for this team? Are they buyers? Are they sellers? Are they going to stand pat with what they have? There's talk that they might be able to get Corbin Burns back here at some point in the near future. That's almost like getting a free agent pitcher off the market, and that could definitely bolster things. Michael Soroka, who was having a fabulous year. Some maybe even would say an all-star caliber first half is going to be coming back as well. So you could get two pretty good pitchers that would be available for at least a portion, if not for the majority of the last 2 months of the season. Is that enough for this team to potentially put them in a position where they could solidify themselves in that wild card threesome in the National League? So a lot of questions still to be answered as that relates to the Arizona Diamondbacks. And, of course, it seems like every year there's drama this time surrounding Ketel Marte, and that's no different this year. Apparently, Ketel scrubbed a lot of his Instagram account of stuff that had to do with Diamondbacks and whatnot. And so, of course, the fan hounds out there immediately jumped on, well, what does that mean? Is he not happy? Does he think that he's going to be traded? Are they going to trade him? And they've told him they're going to trade him, and he's taken all of his stuff off there. I to be quite honest with you, I'm just kind of looking at his page right now, and yeah, there's not. It's just a lot of him in kind of outside of baseball attire, because Ketel likes to see himself as kind of a fashionable guy who wears a lot of prints and that kind of thing, and that's basically all there is on there right now. I have to translate because of course his profile line is written in Spanish, so I have no idea what exactly this profile line says because I don't know if I can translate it, but apparently there used to be something related to the Diamondbacks in there, and now there's not.
I mean, I know it's a part of the process, but I think buyers and sellers at the trade deadline is the thing I dislike the most about baseball. Imagine you're a Suns fan, and for the last 11 years, halfway through the season, are we going to keep Devin Booker, or are we going to get rid of Devin Booker because we're not going to win this season? Right. That philosophy, right? It's like the promise and the hope that fan bases have that something's building, that we're working towards something, that magical season's just right around the corner. We just need one more piece, and then you just blow it all up because you're 4 games under 500 at the break.
Now, apparently he only follows about 194 people on his Instagram account, and apparently one of the people he is no longer following is the Diamondbacks. Now, if that's the case, and here's my thing: if that's the case, if you were following the club and now for some reason why would you unfollow the club? Because that's the first thing that's going to attract attention is if you unfollow your employer. That would be like me going in right now and I'm going to unfollow Cumulus Media and Wildcats Radio 1290 from my Instagram account. Why would you do that? I didn't get to take a trip to Big 12 Media Days? Screw you, Dad. I don't like you anymore, Mom. Right. Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense. You bring unwanted attention upon yourself by doing stuff like that. And it just, I mean, let's be real. Ketel is a little bit temperamental. We've seen that before. This is not when it's like I think my buddy who's he's a coach, he's a football coach up at and I got to find his quote. He's a high school football coach. He coaches offensive line or defensive line, offensive linemen, particularly up at Hamilton High School. And he put out this tweet over the weekend, and I thought this was perfect for this situation. I don't know if it was specific to Ketel Marte, but here's what he wrote. This was about 20 hours ago. My buddy Mark Tucker put this out. He said, "A mistake repeated more than once is a decision." A mistake, this is like quotes with Cricket here. Cricket's DK's got quotes today, courtesy of Mark Tucker. A mistake repeated more than once is a decision. And to me, that's kind of what we get a lot of times with Ketel Marte. It's like these little things that keep happening every year. Once, maybe it's a coincidence, but if it keeps happening every single year, multiple times a year, to me, that goes back on the individual. And that, I think, that's one of the issues that I have with Ketel Marte, is that it keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again.
That reminds me of my favorite video game quote by the great Voss. He said, the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Right. Exactly.
I think it's just a whole bunch. I mean, I think when people first got Facebook 20 years ago, there was a lot of, oh, my friend from high school didn't wish me happy birthday. I'm going to unfriend them tomorrow. And that's just a juvenile thing. I don't know that I see this that way at all, DK. I just think that everybody's, I think some people have a private side that they don't want to necessarily be in the limelight all the time. That's kind of the way Ketel Marte strikes me, is that, he's not necessarily in the middle of all those rumors, and he has no control over any of that. So D-backs winning, he's on the team, he's, one of their best players. If the D-back starts sliding and all of a sudden is he going to be a Yankee next week and that whole thing, I just think you got to keep your head down and just keep your at-bats. Just keep focus on what you can control. And right now it's, what he can do at the plate and not so much what he can do in the market.
Well, and it goes back to the unfriending. And this is another thing that's I've always found interesting. And again, we did not grow up, or at least I did not grow up in this social media era. This was something that came upon me as an adult. But I've always found, I'm following, and obviously we follow all the student athletes, as many of the student athletes at the University of Arizona we follow. And these kids, these young men and women, they put a lot of things on their social media accounts, what they're doing in their off time, what vacations that they go on, people they're dating. And the one thing I've always found interesting is when they stop dating that person, all the pictures of that person will disappear.
It never happened.
Yeah, like it never happened. Like it never happened. And I don't understand that. I've as somebody of my ilk, from my era, I don't understand it. Because I love my wife. If my wife and I got a divorce next week, I'm not going to go back and scrub every single picture of her from my social media accounts. I'm not going to go to Facebook and get rid of all the pictures of her. I'm not going to go to Instagram and get rid of all the pictures of her. I'm not going to go to Twitter and get rid of every reference to her. It was my life. It happened. Like, you can't. I don't understand the mentality of a young person who thinks I'm going to erase this from the existence and like it's gonna just go away, like you can just make your life a section of your life, or however many years that was, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years you were with that person, and just make it disappear. I don't. Somebody's got to explain that to me. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, because I don't get that. I don't understand that. It's like, I've left jobs. I've been fired from places. It's not like, I'm not going to put that job on my resume because they fired me. That makes no sense.
You and I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and I graduated college 10 years before the first smartphone. And you more than that, right? So the idea of growing up in social media, but what I will say is that it started out, DK, as a, come along with this ride with me, I'm going on in life. But very quickly in the last 15 years with the influencing and Instagram and whatever, it just turned into, this is my brand. This is what represents me. This is what it's all about, and building your brand that way. And I think, when it comes to deleting things, a lot of times it's just a simple decision of I don't want this to represent my brand more so than I don't think this ever happened, and that could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic thing. It could just be any kind of friendship or any kind of association that you have in the past. Let's say, you really like a particular fast food, and one day, you have an opportunity to sign with another person, then all of a sudden every picture of you eating that other brand is gone. That whole thing. I just think so many people treat it like this is a window into what I'm all about. This is where sponsors can come and see, the things that I like and don't like, and potentially one day I get famous enough, they'll back up a truck full of money at my house and have me endorse their product. So I think that's an aspect of the mentality of anybody in their 20s right now, DK, has grown up in a world where they've only ever known social media and smartphones.
Yeah. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Explain all of that to me because I don't get it. What I do get and what you're going to get every Friday morning is a sweet deal from me. And I got another one for you coming up this Friday, 8:30 a.m. It is from Gray's Craze Charcuterie Boards and Boxes. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25 this Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Wildcats Radio, 1290.com. What is Gray's Craze Charcuterie Boards and Boxes? Are you a charcuterie board type of guy?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
So they gave us a charcuterie tray on the train ride up at Verde Canyon, and it was actually stuff that I like because I'm not into the cheeses.
Yeah,
I don't like cheese. I don't eat cheese. And I'm not really. So we got what they gave us like all these cheeses. I just basically picked up the cheese and gave them to my mom because my mom loves cheese. I gave her, and so it was like this nice big piece of turkey, which was really good. They had grapes, which were awesome. I'm more of a green grape than a red grape fan. I don't know where they got these red grapes from, but they were just unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. I was like, I said, I got to find out where you guys got those grapes from because if I can get them, I got to get them because they were awesome. And then like this big chocolate brownie that they had in there. So I was like, this is my kind of charcuterie board.
Yeah, as a kid growing up in the foothills of Tucson, DK, it was a lot of fondues and, artichokes. But the whole picking, you go to every party that I went to with my mom, DK, was just like that. It was grazing. It was pick and eat here, little bits here and there, not here's a big plate for our big dinner party. So I love the fact that it's come back. It's a little bit more popular now than maybe it was, 15, 20 years ago. But I love the idea of going to a place and getting to pick and choose what it is that you want to eat. You don't like cheese, don't eat cheese. You want an olive stuffed with the garlic, then eat that, whatever's available.
But Gray's Craze Charcuterie Boards and Boxes, skip the ordinary party tray while you're guests with Gray's Craze, locally veteran-owned and operated. Gray's Craze of Tucson specializes in visually stunning handcrafted charcuterie boards, grazing boxes, platters, and grazing tables. Located at Cotero and Thornydale, whether you're serving health-conscious guests or those with special dietary needs, Gray's Craze offers a delicious variety of meats, cheeses, fruits, vegetables that you can choose from. You can also order online. It's easy to do. Just go to grayscraze.com. Convenience is always on the menu with takeout and delivery. Again, this is a sweet deal for you Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., wildcatsradio1290.com. You can get a $50 gift certificate for just $25, and we appreciate the folks over at Gray's Craze for their service to our country.
And if they're available, get the red grapes.
There you go.
If they're the good kind of red grapes.
The good kind. If they're the kind that we had on the train up at in Verde Valley, Verde Canyon. All right, DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. 2 hours left to go with you. Second hour, 4 o'clock. We're going to talk some golf. Brett Gilmore from Tucson City Golf is going to join us. We're going to talk about some fitting. They're going to fit you for some clubs over at the course on Thursday. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have disabled vehicle blocking the right lane on the I-10 going westbound near Ajo. So if you're approaching milepost 263, try to avoid the right lane right now if you can. Meanwhile, the right lane of eastbound and westbound I-10 near Emperor Road will remain closed through fall of 2026. You'll notice some slowing as well as the speed limit reduction to 55 miles per hour. Weather still at 101 degrees will stay that way all the way until 6. I'm driving with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. Earn unlimited double miles on every purchase with the Capital One Venture X business card. Big purchasing power means you can spend more and earn more. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, it's DK on the Sports Tip. Don't miss a minute of the best Arizona Wildcats coverage in town. Tell your Alexa device to play Wildcats Radio 1290. This is your home of Arizona football, men's basketball, and baseball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
I'm pediatric allergist Dr. Carla Davis. If your child has asthma, let's take a breath together and talk. Does your child need to use a quick relief inhaler more than twice a week to treat asthma? Has your child repeatedly awakened at night due to asthma? If you said yes to either of these questions, it's time to talk to an allergy and asthma specialist like me to help you control your child's asthma. If you feel your child's asthma is not under control, go to controlyourasthma.org.
Sponsored by the Allergy and Asthma Network. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals?
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention anyone who has had a colonoscopy, endoscopy, or any other scope procedure. If you or a loved one developed a serious infection or health complication after a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Dangerous infections have been reported across the country linked to Olympus endoscopes. Olympus scopes may have been defectively designed, and manufacturer instructions may not have been adequate in enabling proper disinfection, putting patients' health at risk. If you or a loved one were hospitalized for a bacterial infection within 90 days of a scope procedure, or developed sepsis, organ failure, HIV, tuberculosis, an antibiotic-resistant superbug, or another serious complication following a scope procedure, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call now to find out if you qualify. But hurry, time to file a claim could be limited.
Call 800-891-1857 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-891-1857. 800-891-1857.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It was a dramatic ending last night at the arena in Wichita to the basketball tournament alumni game between the Wichita AfterShocks and the Kansas JHX Hoops.
A three would win it, however. Easy to be seduced by such a look.
Frank Mason with the jumper for Kansas to hit the number. They don't play to like a clock end. They play to a number. The number was 64. It was 62 there, or 61, and they got the three-pointer to win it 64-59 over Wichita State. So Wichita State, the AfterShocks, because, after you graduate, you're no longer a shocker, you're an AfterShock. They had won this event last year. And this was the first time. So, again, as J-Dub, if you were with us early in the show, mentioned, there's 8 alumni teams in this game, this event, and 5 of them are from 2 states. You've got 3 alumni teams from Kansas, including 2 teams that share the conference with the U of A and Kansas State, Kansas, and then Wichita State also in this thing. And then you had the 2 teams from Kentucky, the rivals, Louisville and the University of Kentucky. The other teams, I believe, was New Mexico. Was one of the other teams.
Seton Hall, Syracuse.
And Syracuse.
And,
correct.
New Mexico.
Yeah. New Mexico was the only team from the West that was involved in this thing. So this was the first time, though, that the AfterShocks had ever played one of the other alumni teams from the state of Kansas. And again, mid-major Wichita State, one that's had a pretty good run against the big boys in the NCAA tournament. But like J-Dub said, it only played Kansas, twice ever in
Twice
the actual
in the
regular
last 30
season
years.
games.
Yeah, they played in 93 and 06. And those are the only 2 times I could find in the last 30 years. Yeah.
Right. So this is let's take you back to early in the game. This was second quarter when things kind of started to get a little bit out of hand.
Marcus McDuffie misses from mid-range. Rashard Kelly got into it with a player for JHX Hoops, and here come the benches. Let's just hope cooler heads prevail here. And things need to settle down here quickly.
So they really didn't settle down there. Nine players got ejected as a result of that little skirmish there in the second quarter. So both teams, each team carries, I think, about 12 guys. So each team was then reduced to 6 guys for the remaining 2.5 quarters of this affair. You heard the game-winning shot by Frank Mason to win the game, to end the game, because it really wasn't a game-winning in that it ended the game, but not a game-winning shot per se. And so after that, it got even uglier as the 2 teams kind of fought on the sidelines after the game ended. And so the JHX Hoops, Jayhawks Hoops, get the win. They're going to move on now to face the La Familia. Wait, do we know the origin of that name there for Kentucky? La Familia. It's very mafia.
Would you be surprised
oriented.
if Calipari had some connections in his family somewhere? I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I'm sure the family is the thing. So
I spent 3 hours watching Godfather 2. That is one thing I did up in Sedona. After Mom went to bed, I spent 3 hours watching Godfather 2.
One of the best movies ever.
Yeah, that's what I was. I don't know that I remember seeing Godfather 1. I don't remember a whole lot about Godfather 2. So, I spent a whole lot of time watching that La Familia. So yeah, it'll be La Familia and Jayhawks Hoops now in the alumni final to reach the championship.
Yeah, so the way they're doing it this year is they're doing the alumni bracket and then the non-alumni team bracket, and the winner of each bracket plays each other for the champion. Right. So it's Kansas versus Kentucky, and then on the other side you've got Davis Steel and Red Rose War Ready versus Heartfire Elite and the Mecca.
Okay. Now I forget which. I know we talked to Gabe York, and he was on one of these teams. I'm not recalling. I don't remember exactly which team he was on. But let's hear from Sharon Collins. So Sharon Collins is the head coach of the Jayhawks Hoops, and he spoke with, I believe this was Kansas Nation, after the game last night about how this whole thing went down.
The injections it always sucks because guys just being competitors, and a little scuffle happens. It's basketball. It's a little physical. But within the guys, just keep it basketball. I think they got too personal with each other, and then it escalated. Again, TBT handled the job. They ejected a couple of our guys, ejected a couple of their guys, so they acted the right way. They was fair. And, we just, had to play the hand we was dealt, and we came out on top.
There you go. There you go. You mentioned, J-Dub, that obviously the one side is a non-alumni side, but there's a team called Knuppel Crew.
Yeah, I read about it. It's the Knipples.
Knuppel Crew.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Con Knuppel, who obviously played at Duke, we saw him, when Arizona hosted the Blue Devils here in McHale when he was a freshman 2 years ago, was the frontrunner for the Rookie of the Year last year in the NBA before it was taken away from him by his Duke teammate. I read about it, and apparently a lot of the guys are too young. So Con is the oldest, but if you don't know, he's got 6 brothers, and they've all got K's to start their names, all of them.
Right.
The father's Con Senior, and 3 of his brothers all have K's to start their names. So basically, their plan is to get the whole family to play, but because Con is in the NBA and has better things to do than play in the TBT, and all the other players are too young. His youngest brother, all of his brothers are younger.
Right.
Con, the oldest of them, just committed to Duke. So they're all that good, DK. Like, you're going to be. I said a joke like 4 months ago. There could be a time 6 years from now where there are 5 or 6 Knipples in the NBA.
Okay.
His dad suited up for this Knippel team. So Con Senior played for the Knuppel Crew, and it was a bunch of other players. It was the only Knippel that was on the team was the dad. This year.
There you go.
And that's not good enough to make a run when you're talking about, Frank Mason started 138 games for a blue blood in college. The guy who hit that game-winning 3, Frank Mason, he started 140 games at Kansas when he played there. So, yeah, there's some really good quality players. If you look down the list, obviously some of those names, they're a little bit past their ability to play in the NBA, but there are some real NBA players like Michael Beasley, for instance, playing in that tournament. But yeah, Con Knuppel Sr. was the only Knuppel that could get to play for the Knuppel Crew.
I want to read you what Wyatt Wheeler tweeted out. Wyatt is I think we may have had Wyatt on the show. He's a beat reporter for Kansas State. Here's what he said after watching last night's affair. He said, as a first-time viewer of the basketball tournament, I felt like something like this could happen after every game that I've watched. Too often it's felt like too many has-beens being too deep in their feelings. Never really feel like it's a celebratory alumni thing. Haven't really cared for any of this. That was Wyatt Wheeler talking about this. Too many has-beens being too deep in their feelings.
Well, and then you throw a $2 million prize at the end of it all, right?
Yeah.
And that'll get people pretty feisty if that'll help pay your mortgage. But I think, that's my same exact experience, DK. I think because I'll tell you this, if there's only the NBA and the G League, it'd be one thing.
Right.
But there are hundreds of leagues across the globe. And we all know that a lot of players like Anthony Delorso just signed to play in his home country of Australia. There's a lot of leagues where a lot of players who are just on the cusp of being good enough to be on an NBA rotation, they find ways overseas. They find a way to play somewhere else. And the group generally that makes up TBT is not that. Either it's in an off season. Potentially some of those guys will be going back over to play in Europe and other countries and other leagues. But for the most part, a lot of those guys are just that. Like, they got a chip, they're washed, maybe their body doesn't quite work, but they're just as feisty and they have just as much competitiveness as always. And that's a bad combination, right? When you get men who maybe don't have their bodies don't quite work the way that they want them to, but they're still just as competitive as they always were. Not always the best combination.
It's interesting. Charles Barkley actually kind of said something that kind of plays into this. Let's hear what Charles Barkley said about why he never plays pickup basketball with civilians, to say the least.
When I was a member of this health club, Gainey Village, I would be in there riding the bike, and these guys were playing like it was Game 7 every day. And I'm laughing the whole time. And I'm like, this is why I don't play with you losers. These guys, seriously, it was a fight every day.
Yep.
Every foul, they're screaming. And I'm sitting there laughing, like, they act like it's Game 7. And I was like, this is why I can't play with regular people.
Charles Barkley talking about how crazy. And was it like that when you played, Jay? Because you played a lot of pickup.
Oh, you go down to Udall today,
right.
And there's going to be a fight every single game. The hot spots around town, wherever people are hanging out to get some runs in. My experience was that for the most part, 80-90% of people are cool, but it just takes one or two guys who are a little bit extra feisty. And you ever get you ever have the experience of playing basketball with football players? Every once in a while, you go to like an open run at like a Udall type place, and there's people who are very athletic and very physical and clearly hit the gym all the time, but maybe never worked on any fundamentals in basketball. And they tend to be the ones who get the most riled up and the most frustrated if someone's crossing them over and hitting a step back over them, that type of thing.
Dragon Ball joins us now. Dragon Ball, we were talking about the brawl last night at the basketball tournament between the AfterShocks.
Oh, they got into a fight again? Who would have thought?
Kansas on Kansas crime.
Again, this is the thing about with these like somewhat recently retirees or the guys that just are still kind of trying to find their way into a professional scene in basketball, whether it be overseas or whatnot. There's so many guys right now that are trying to take some extra testosterone to keep themselves in fit shape to go and be a part of this. So you already got all that testosterone going, and then you already get the old college rivalries started back up. You're guaranteed to get more than one of these to happen during these games.
Nuts. I tweeted out earlier. I said, "Hey, the one question I've been asking after this, I retweeted the highlight of the game-winning shot and some of the brawl, and I said the one question I've been asking most since I returned to radio 3 years ago: how is U of A not a part of this summer madness known as the basketball tournament?" The legendary Book Richardson chimed in and said, "Great question. We've got to have a team. We got all these guys about to show up here in a week for the Lute Olson fantasy camp. You're telling me that those guys couldn't put their mind? They're going to coach. They're going to coach these fans, which is awesome. Now, glad that happens every year. You can't tell me that all of them dudes that are going to be at that Lute Olson fantasy camp can't put their heads together to figure out a way to get a U of A alumni team. I'm not talking about them playing, but they could be the GMs. They could be the folks that go out and recruit the guys to come back and play for the colors.
It'd be nice.
Got to make it happen. Nice. We got to make that happen. Dragon Ball is here in for cricket this week. So are you doing a quote? Are you going to read a quote? Or
I can read a quote if you'd like to. Or I thought you guys going to go and ask me some questions about the Steelers from what I understand. On Friday, I got informed about from my dad that you guys were talking
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that at 5 o'clock. We can come back to that.
That was less of a cricket thing and more of a Dragon Ball thing.
Right, yeah.
Well, we'll let you. We'll see how it plays today. We'll get quick because you're in for cricket and people expect her quotes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. So let's see what.
How about this? I'll go ahead and I'll find some quotes of my own rather than some from the bucket here next time.
There you go. We'll get Dragon Balls. Dragon Balls. We'll come up with some because you actually can act a little bit. So we'll have to come up with.
What kind of act is that? Well, that's more so how I would describe that for sure.
Why is Rob Refsnyder trending? He's reinstated from the injury list.
Okay, there you go.
I was hoping he didn't get cut.
For your quote, we have, "I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying." I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying.
I'm so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. That's a comedian. I'm gonna say that's Chevy Chase.
That is Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde.
Yep.
Okay.
The Happy Prince and Other Stories.
Okay.
Oscar Wilde, also a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He's a comedian. All right, there you go.
In a way, yeah.
In a way. All right. Very good. So we'll come up like Gold State. So he's gonna start coming up with some of his own quotes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call it.
I'll pull some quotes from favorite movies and stuff like that I remember watching.
I might be more inclined to get that.
We'll see. The first one I got in mind for you probably won't get.
Okay. All right. Dragon Ball is in all week for cricket. He's got your traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the phone.
From the Cruz and Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. A reminder that the 6-lane winding project is still impacting traffic along Valencia Road from the east of Cole to the west of Houghton Road here. Crews are already out there today. They'll be there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., but there will be some occasional nighttime and weekend work when necessary. They hope to have this project done sometime here in 2026. Meanwhile, for your weather, we're still stuck at 101. We'll stay in the triple digits here before we finally start getting our cool down a little bit after 7 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Summer should be fun, not expensive. That's why, for a limited time, Wendy's is serving up small classic Frosty treats for just $1. Celebrate $1 Frosty Summer with a hot deal on a cool treat. Get it while it's hot. Or, cold. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Headed for the corner, he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. On the break, slap it home. Here comes the throw home. He slides, he's safe. The Cats are champions.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
The savings are heating up now during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event at Royal Kia. Save big when you lease the 26 Kia K4 for $299 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Or lease the 26 Kia Niro EV for $399 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Save up to $20,000 off the electric 26 Kia EV6. Looking for 0% financing? Royal Kia's got it. Get 0% APR financing for 48 months on the 26 Kia Sportage or Kia Sorento, or 0% APR for 72 months on the new 26 Kia Niro EV. Hurry to Royal Kia for these hot savings now during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Offers end August 3rd. For offer details, call 520-269-4290. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
Good evening, ma'am. We're the Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team, here for the overnight install of your new AC unit.
Great. Come in. We're so excited for a sleepover.
Oh, well, we're actually putting you and your family up in a hotel for the night. We work while you sleep.
Oh.
Okay, who's ready for a movie night? Popcorn or s'mores?
You know, that sounds pretty good.
No, it doesn't.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Providing overnight installs so you don't miss work or leisure time with your family. GoodfellasAC.com.
From work to errands to family life, your car takes a beating. At Recon Auto Detailing, we don't just protect it, we maintain it.
They installed my ceramic coating in shop, and now their mobile team keeps it looking brand new, right in my driveway.
Ceramic coatings, PPF, tint, all installed professionally at Recon Auto Detailing. And with our mobile detailing, we keep that fresh, protected look mile after mile. One-stop shop, zero hassle, that's Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson.
The success you've had in life matters. The late nights, the extra shifts, the moments you've stood up and said, I've got this. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we value your achievements because we're a school for real life. With UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. As an accredited state university, we've been transforming lives for over 75 years. Choose from more than 100 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, and get ready to succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, pretty cool event to tell you about coming up here in Southern Arizona on Thursday out at the Randolph Golf Complex, my old neighborhood there in the central part of Tucson. I've played Randolph a number of times. They are doing a Callaway performance fitting on Thursday. I saw this and I'm like, I had to find out what exactly this is and what it all entails, because I've had a number of people tell me, look, if you're going to get new clubs, you got to get clubs that are fitted just for you. Don't just go out and buy golf clubs. Get some clubs that are kind of tailor-made for you, your body, your swing, and all of that. We're pleased to be joined by Brett Gilmore. Brett Gilmore is he's with Troon Golf. He oversees all the Tucson City golf courses. He has worked in our golf community here for a number of years at different places. He was up at Oro Valley Country Club for a little while. He's also been at El Conquistador Golf Club, and now he's with Troon, where he's been for a little over a year now. Brett, appreciate you taking some time to join us. So tell us a little bit about this event coming up on Thursday over at Randolph.
Thanks for having me. The Callaway Performance Fitting event we have this Thursday at Randolph is one that we do usually every other month at our facility here. We also do them at El Rio, Fred Inc., and Silver Bell, depending on the time of year. But it's a great opportunity to come and get fit for new product. There's no pressure. So if you don't find something that is better than your current gamer, as we say in the golf business, you don't have to buy. But it's a great way to try the newest Quantum product that Callaway has out right now. I've been using it since it came out, and it's fantastic. But it's great. The team with Callaway that comes on out that brings all the new product, they put you up on the launch monitor so you can actually see all your numbers, what you're hitting it, comparing it to what you currently have in the bag. And it's just a great time to be fit for, like you said, the clubs that are made for you. So the right shaft, club head, loft, lie, even all the way down to the grip. So it's great, because if you're really getting into the game and want to get better, having the right equipment that suits you will help you do it.
So then this is not something that's just that you guys have actually been doing these types of events for quite some time. So how many people generally will show up at an event like this?
All depends on the time of year. So being in the summertime right now, the slots are available to be booked from 8 a.m. to about 2 p.m. Because of the heat, but we'll get anywhere from about 5 to 10 per fitting. During the middle of the season, we'll expand it a little bit more and have 2 fitters, and that can get up to anywhere about 12 to 14. We actually just had one a couple weeks ago at El Rio that sold out with 2 fitters, and it was a great opportunity to come out and try the product. So, yeah, since I started in this role, we've been having Callaway come out and really as often as they want. We also deal with other vendors as well. We've had Taylor out here quite a bit. Ping will come on out. TaylorMade has done it, and then we'll soon have our team be able to do it as well in-house.
All right, so let me ask you, do you have are there still spots open for Thursday?
We still have one more spot left available for this Thursday, and we always can create a waiting list and work around the schedule to fit people in. And again, we'll probably have another one sometime next month and put it out there right on our website, as well as we'll email out to our database. But like I said, they're a great opportunity to come on out and try the new product, and like I said, there's really no pressure to buy. You can see it, and it's great to see for yourself if there's something you're hitting currently that's doing just as good, or the new one if it gives you 15 more yards, a better dispersion rate, and then so it's really good to see.
So let me just make sure I understand this. So if you come out, so I'm going to swing with my club, then they're going to give me one of their clubs. I'm going to swing with their club, and then there's metrics to compare. How their club is better than my club, or something of that nature.
Correct. Or it could be that your clubs that you're hitting now are great for you, and that the new one doesn't necessarily give you any more, but a lot of times it's usually the case that the new stuff, of course, is a little bit better overall, just with the technology being added to the equipment. So depending on what year, make, model your current club is, and if it's one that's not necessarily already built for you, could you be in a regular shaft, but you really need a stiff or extra stiff, it can really make a world of difference for you. So yeah, it's great to see the numbers right on it, so you can actually show this club is giving me 25 more yards of distance. I should switch to this driver if I'm really looking for that length. Or it could be the opposite too, if it's not necessarily longer but a lot more accurate, which is just as important. So, or if you're looking for those wedges to get a little bit, and realize that your wedges don't have any grooves left in them, so you need to figure out a way to spin and stop the ball, which happens a lot in golf, where you don't think you need to switch them out. It's like, I've had this wedge for 10 years, but there's really nothing left on the club face.
So, and Brett, when you mentioned obviously that these happen a lot during the course of the year, when did you first experience, or when did these types of platforms, these fittings, is this new across the country? Have they been going on for years? Like how long ago did you guys start bringing these regularly to Southern Arizona?
So they've been going on for years in our market. We try to put them out there more than as much as we can, because it's just a great event that we can put on that's open to anyone to sign up for it, and great opportunity to try new things out on the range. So a lot of the superstores, like PGA Superstore Vans, they have a lot of opportunity there as well to go indoors. And they do a great job there as well. And this is great to have Callaway come out themselves and be right on our range so you can see the product.
Brett Gilmore is our guest. He is the regional manager for Troon Golf. He oversees all of the Tucson city golf courses. That's golf courses like El Rio and Silver Bell and Randolph, as we mentioned, Fred Inc., all of those courses that fall under the Tucson umbrella. They've got a fitting out at Randolph Golf Course. It's going to be Thursday between 8 a.m. and noon. So head on up there. You can get tested with the clubs you have and see maybe if something that they might have works for you. So say that I wanted to, and say I went out there and I did the tests and I decided I wanted to replace my entire bag. What kind of, I don't know if you can tell us, but what kind of costs would I be looking at in that?
It's hard to say based on what make, model, different shaft you put in there. So unfortunately, I can't give a good estimate of what the pricing would be, but it really depends on the club itself. So Callaway and other vendors offer so many different types of products, from a little bit lower price point to tour level pricing. You can go very crazy, get a $400 or $500 shaft if you really wanted to, on top of the price of the driver. So it's hard to justify pricing right over without knowing what you were getting fit for. But whatever you did get fit for, what we usually do is as soon as you get fitted, we'll send over a quote based on what the current, what's called the MAP pricing, which is what you see everywhere. And we do a 10% discount for anyone that participates in our demo day off those pricing for more than a thank you just for coming out and trying them out. And then if you really like them, we'll order them on the spot. And usually it's a very quick turnaround to get the new clubs.
Brett, what does your job entail? You're over, obviously, I mentioned all of the city courses. What does that mean in terms of, are you involved in, course upkeep, the design changes that maybe, you go out there and say, well, maybe we want to make this particular hole do this versus what it's been doing. What all does your job entail?
So I'm the regional general manager, so I help run the day-to-day operations of the Randolph Golf Complex and support our teams over at El Rio, Fred Inc., and Silver Bell. So our goal is to just continue to improve our facilities as best we can to make it a great opportunity for every golfer that plays our course to have a great time. So from the service aspect We want to continue to improve our buildings. I try to look at every single area and what we can do within our budget to improve it all.
And you guys obviously have a number of tournaments throughout the year, some junior level tournaments, some adult level tournaments as well. Are you involved in putting those events together?
So our team works with the different groups out there that put on the events. So, yeah, we do a lot of great ones. We work with our Arizona Golf Association to help put on qualifiers. We run our own Tucson City Amateur every single year. That's in the spring time frame, which is a great event, and it runs to coincide with some points you can get as the Arizona Golf Association. So we try to do a lot, and we have a great golf development program from the Tucson Golf Program with the team that does a great job bringing more juniors to the game. We have our in-house PGA Junior League. We do Op 36 classes, which really helps the golfers get started the correct way. And working from the green backwards. So we do a lot of great player development programming, we offer a lot of great instruction, and really try to offer something for everybody.
You played obviously down at Methodist University in North Carolina. How did you land here initially in Arizona?
I started working for Marriott Golf right out of college in Orlando, and I actually saw an opening with them to transfer out to Tucson. I never was out west. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I said, know what? Might as well see what it's like in the West Coast, and just took the job as a tournament coordinator at Star Pass, and I was here for 9 years with them, met my amazing wife, and we moved around a little bit, went to Oregon. I moved us back to Massachusetts, and we decided Tucson was home, and luckily my wife had an opportunity to come back here, and we settled right in, and our family loves it out here.
Now, you're obviously a PGA member. Are you one of those guys that tries to make events and that kind of thing?
Not anymore. Still love to go out and play, but my game's not quite up there. So we do have a lot of great players in our section that do have the ability to try out on the tour level events. But now is my 9-year-old Alex is really getting into the game, so I love going out to play with him, play with some of our local pros when I can. But I wish I could say I was up there trying to qualify on those tour events, but those guys are extremely good. And they make a lot more putts than I do, I can say that.
All right, as kind of the dad of the Tucson City Golf realm, you probably can't tell me which course you like the most.
So we have so many great ones. It's hard to really pick because they all have different characteristics. From our city courses. So I being from Massachusetts, Rio, Randolph, and Del Uric make me feel how I play golf growing up. You have the tree lines, traditional parkland golf. Silver Bell's kind of more traditional than desert, but you have that kind of look with the mountains in the background, and the views at Fred Inc. are some of the best in town. So you can't, and our conditions right now are fantastic. So it's hard to really say which one is my favorite because they all have so many different fun traits. So our goal is to keep on making them better and better and hope keep on getting more people out.
All right, let me ask you this question. Give me your 3 favorite holes. Tucson City Golf.
17 on Del Uric is fantastic. That's our signature hole with our water.
Yeah.
So that one you can't beat. Silver Bell, it's kind of a cheating one, but 1, 8, 9, all 3 of them over the water, and you still give them great views. So one's just a tough starting hole. On the north side, 15 is a great par 3. I love number 7, just being right. It also helps that you have the great smell from all the restaurants on Broadway at the same time, so it makes you hungry to want to stop at the turn. But Fred Inc. is tough. There's so many fun holes out there that are just tricky, but 14 is a fun long par 5. I love challenging holes. So that's one of my fun, because it makes me have to think, and golf's all about strategy, and so ones I have to think about make it a lot of fun.
There you go. Brett Gilmore, he is the regional general manager, Troon Golf, overseeing all of the Tucson City golf courses. Fabulous event, and there's still room to get you out there this week on Thursday from 8 a.m. to noon to get yourself fitted. by Callaway. They'll take your clubs, test you out to see what you got in your bag right now. And if you want to upgrade, they'll tell you exactly how you can do that. Randolph Golf Course, 600 South Alphenine Way. Again, 8 a.m. to noon on Thursday. Hey, Brett, appreciate you taking some time. I was not aware that these were regular events here in town, so I'm definitely going to have to try to come out and see and check one of these out because I absolutely need to replace every club in my bag.
Absolutely. Let us know. We'd love to have you on out and show you how it works.
Absolutely. Brett, appreciate you taking some time. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a great afternoon.
Brett Gilmore, Tucson City Golf. 520, if you've done this, I'd like to hear from you. If you've been out to one of these events, one of these Callaway performance fitting events, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Call us, text us. If you went out there, how many clubs did you replace? What did you think of the technology, the testing of it? And did you replace your entire bag after getting the performance fitting? I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna take my wife out there. We might say I joke that we've left a lot of our money in Sedona this summer. If we go do that, we might be leaving a lot of our money with Callaway too. That's for sure. All right, Dragon Ball is in for cricket all week long. He's getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. He's got your traffic and your weather.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Incident with unknown injuries reported at West River Road and North La Cañada Drive. A lot of backup at the intersection here. Be aware of that. And a lot of backup on East 22nd Street. This is reports of either a wire hanging or down at East 22nd Street just west of Park Avenue. So be aware of some backup there. The weather's still at 101 degrees. We'll eventually get out of the hundreds and be down to 94 by 9 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive tackle Vita Vea requested a trade yesterday after extension talks with the team failed. The two-time Pro Bowler attended the team's OTAs this offseason, but held in hopes for a new contract. The 31-year-old is in the final year of a 4-year, $71 million deal and is supposed to make $17 million this season. The team is also trying to work out a deal with quarterback Baker Mayfield. I'm Adam Abdallah.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Drip Drop is a doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. Head to dripdrop.com now and use promo code RADIO20.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. America's Big 250 starts this month. Did you know Tucson's first Presidio is 250 plus? If you're not careful, you can still experience those original dirt roads crossing town in the bottom of wagon wheel busts and suspension slaying potholes. It's why Arizona drivers count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care to protect their tires and suspension for life with Jack's Plus Pack. Every passenger and light truck tire we install comes with a free alignment check and 12 additional services, including professional installation and lifetime tire maintenance. If you're shopping around, Jack's got you covered with major brands and budget-friendly tire options. Compare Jack's total installed price. Backed by our low price promise, we've got you covered completely through both our seasons, monsoon and road construction. Check out Jack's Plus Pack, a $249 value at jackfurriers.com. So make an appointment online, call ahead, or just stop by any of our 14 award-winning locations. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from Gray's Craze charcuterie boards and boxes. You can get a $50 gift certificate and you pay just $25.
Skip the ordinary party tray and wow your guests with Gray's Craze. Locally veteran-owned and operated, Gray's Craze of Tucson specializes in visually stunning, handcrafted charcuterie boards, grazing boxes, platters, and grazing tables. Whether you're serving health-conscious guests or those with special dietary needs, Gray's Craze offers a delicious variety of meats, cheeses, fruits, and vegetables to choose from. Order online with ease and let Gray's Craze build you a charcuterie board worth sharing. Convenience is always on the menu with takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering. For everyday lunches, special celebrations, corporate events, or a special and unique gift, choose Gray's Craze of Tucson, located on Cortero and Thornydale.
And this Gray's Craze sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
14 teams believed, 12 were wrong. The Indoor Football League National Championship hits the Tucson Convention Center on Sunday, August 16th. It's football full throttle. The best players, the biggest hits, the only game that matters. Don't just hear about it, be a part of it. History will happen. Get your tickets now at IFLNationalChampionship.com or Ticketmaster. The IFL National Championship, Sunday, August 16th at the Tucson Convention Center.
Your next success can begin sooner than you think. At University of Maryland Global Campus, undergraduate and most graduate classes start August 12th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program, updating your Diamondbacks who have lost 4 games in a row, playing game 2 of a 3-game series in Pittsburgh against the Pirates and leading right now by a score of 4-0. Gabby Moreno, RBI groundout after Geraldo Perdomo tripled early in the contest, first inning. A couple of runs in the second. Tim Tawa drove in a run on a fielder's choice. Corbin Carroll, an infield single, drove in a run. Nolan Arenado. I hope I have him in the lineup tonight. I don't think I started him. Again, I got so many guys right now. I got to sit guys. And he has an RBI single tonight. 4-0 Diamondbacks leading the Pittsburgh
Forgot one
Pirates.
Part. Brandon Pfaadt is dealing.
He is 3 innings, 2 Ks, 2 hits.
I was watching that changeup. Looks pretty nasty.
That's what you like to see. Pound that strike zone. Earlier this summer, the play-by-play announcer for the University of Washington, I believe it's Tony Castricone is his name, he left to go be the new voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, and step up to the National Football League. The Huskies have promoted their longtime sideline reporter, Elise Woodard, to the play-by-play seat. She'll be the first ever woman, I would imagine the first ever woman to call play-by-play for football on the radio at a Power 4 conference school. I don't believe there's ever been one. So history being made today up in Seattle. Hopefully she can handle Jed Fish and company. But long time. She's long time been their sideline reporter, Elise Woodard. Congratulations to her. Very deserving of that opportunity to be the new voice of Washington Huskies football. How about that?
33 years.
Yeah, 23. Yeah, 23.
33. She's been in the Seattle area for 33 because she got there as she played as a basketball player before joining the team for the last couple decades. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So incredibly, incredibly cool to hear that right there. So unfortunately, we don't play them anymore. So, but maybe we'll try to get her on the show at some point down the line. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Okay, so time now for your Westwood One top place. Now, this is not a game you can actually bet or an event you can bet because it's actually already happened. This was a pick we got earlier this year, or earlier this afternoon or this morning, I should say. So I've been kind of like a little bit perturbed that all of our plays recently, I didn't listen to the ones yesterday. I should have probably done that last night before they got recorded out of the system. But everything we've gotten for the last week has been football. They have not given us any baseball picks since I think probably right after the All-Star game. And that's because training camp has started. I think everybody's in camp now, so we'll probably only get football picks, football futures from here on out. But today they threw us a curveball. They actually gave us, get this, not a baseball pick, but a tennis pick. And I'm thinking, tennis, we don't even have a major tennis event going on right now. But apparently there is we do have it's called the Meifel Tennis Open. It is a run-up, a hard court run-up to the, I think that's the one we have here. Let me just double check that I got the right tournament because I know there's a bunch of these. I'm sorry,
Cabo.
This was the Mubadalo DC Open. So the Mubadalo DC Open. It is a hard court event in Washington, D.C. that is started 4 days ago and goes through this weekend. So here was the bet. This was a match that was played earlier this afternoon. Here was the bet they gave us on this particular match. Let me... Oh, gosh. Which one was it? It was... I don't even remember. I believe it was the B. I believe it was B.
Back to the Meifel Tennis Open, DK. Did you know that that's in Cabo? I mean, can you think of a better place to play tennis?
Yeah, Cabo San Lucas. Absolutely. Cabo San Lucas is an absolutely beautiful place to play tennis and golf and lay on the beach and do all that kind of stuff. I've never been to Cabo San Lucas, but yeah, I'd love to do all of that there for sure. So if we don't have it, I'll just tell the people what it was. I think it was B, though, if that was the correct one from this afternoon. It was either A or B. I don't think it was C. I don't remember.
Yeah, this is U.S. Open for tennis.
Yes.
The U.S. Open for tennis continues with day 2 in Washington, D.C., and I think American Marcos Giron is way too short of a favorite. Giron is playing 17-year-old Cruz Hewitt, son of legendary Leighton Hewitt. He just lost in the boys' Wimbledon final and then qualified for this tournament, albeit with some luck. However, Giron way too frequently plays down to his competition, so I like the over 19.5 games in this one. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so this was Marcos Giron. He's an American. Cruz Hewitt, I'm not sure exactly. He is from Australia. So, again, Leighton Hewitt's son, you heard Cruz Hewitt. He's 17 years old. Marcos Giron is 33 years old. Okay, so that 16-year age difference between these two guys. And so the bet there was over 19.5 total games in this match. And the belief, I think, was that Marcos Giron would stomp the 17-year-old. So Cruz Hewitt won this match in straight sets. The 17-year-old beat the 33-year-old in straight sets. And he beat him 6-3, 6-4. They only play best of 3 in these events.
19?
That would be 19. So that was a losing play there by one game. Marcos Giron, all we needed Marcos Giron to do was win one more game. One more game. That would have been a winning bet. But he lost 6-3, 6-4 to the 17-year-old Cruz Hewitt. And so that bet comes in under the 19.5. Maybe that's why they're not giving us any tennis picks or anything outside of football right now.
Cruz Hewitt was born in 2008, David Kelly.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's not too long ago. That's when I got here.
Not too long ago.
That's when I got here. I got here in 2008. Cruz Hewitt was being born, and now he's winning major tennis matches against guys 17 years his senior. Good for him. Good for him. All right, I think that was because that's the only one we got. The others were football futures, which we'll talk about at another time. We're making a list of all those, and we'll, at some point down the line, decide which ones we want to play and which ones we don't want to play.
No FIDA for Heisman.
No, we haven't gotten that one yet. We have not. They have not given. Maybe they'll give us that one at some point, but we have not gotten that one yet.
The conversation about Noah for Heisman 2 years ago is what kind of started us with the 1290 betting.
Yeah,
so we got to do it this year for sure.
Exactly. We'll look those up. I'll look and see what those odds are and tell you when we come back. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to talk some more baseball, Mexican baseball fiesta back here in Southern Arizona for the 15th consecutive year. Frank Gomez is running this event now alongside of his dad, Francisco Gomez, who helped start this event 15 years ago. Frank now is getting into it himself as a baseball executive. So we'll talk to Frank about the event coming up this year. DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an accident with possible injuries of East Tanque Verde Road and North Bear Canyon Road. A lot of slowdown here, particularly on Tanque Verde as you get to the intersection. You also have a building fire over at South Park Avenue and East 30th Street, just south of Silver Lake Road. Be mindful of emergency vehicles out in that area. For your weather, still sitting at 101. We'll stay there until we start to cool down here at 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pro Rewards members save more during Lowe's Pro Savings Days. Save up to 20% on in-stock molding when you spend $250 and up to 20% on in-stock pre-hung interior doors when you buy 6 or more. Valid through 7/31 while supplies last. Selection varies. See Lowe's.com for details.
Congrats to Tommy Lloyd and your Arizona Wildcats on a historic season.
Braden Smith will not foul him. Wildcats headed to their 5th Final Four.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Why do I spend so much time educating our youth about financial wellness? I have seen the fire ignite inside of young adults when I show them how the power of compound investing can change their futures. This is Natalie Fernandez at Meridian Wealth Management, and I'm committed to affecting change with our youth. An idea for all of you listening today, gift a Roth IRA contribution for the holidays or birthdays for your kids and grandkids. Contact our office at 520-719-1433 for guidance and details. The change begins with us.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000.
American Red Cross inventories of the most needed blood types are days away from crisis levels. Help make sure patients receive life-saving medical treatments. Make your appointment to donate. Use the Blood Donor app. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, third hour of our show on this Tuesday. So glad you could be with us. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Since we last spoke with you, the Cardinals are getting ready for their preseason opener this year. They're going to be playing in the Hall of Fame game. Larry Legend will be inducted next week in Canton, Ohio. It is always a great week. I will repeat to you what I've repeated to you before. If there is one sporting event that you should go to in your life, it is go spend the week at least the weekend in Canton, Ohio for Pro Football Hall of Fame weekend. It is a ton of fun. There's a lot of events that go on around it. And as long as you can sit for, 5 hours of speeches, which is sometimes how long it takes, it's an event. It is an absolute event. I've been a part of it, obviously, a number of times. My father's a part of that community on that team, and they treat everyone, but especially the folks involved with a ton of care and respect. So a fun event. Get back to Canton for Hall of Fame weekend if you can. We will have obviously that game here for you coming up next Thursday right here. It'll be the first game of our second season as an affiliate with the Carolina Panthers. So looking forward to hearing all of the calls this year involving our two Tucson-related players in Tetero McMillan, wide receiver, and safety Lathan Ransom, both in their second seasons now with the Carolina Panthers.
Did you just see what popped up on the screen?
No, I did. Oh, on the
Max Kepler.
Yeah,
got one hit.
I saw that, but I couldn't read what
It's
it was.
his 1,000th hit.
Oh, okay.
He becomes only the second German-born player in Major League Baseball history.
Wow.
To have 1,000 hits in his career. Glenn Hubbard, who was born on an Air Force Base in West Germany, was the other.
Oh, so Glenn Hubbard.
Glenn Hubbard.
Yeah. I remember that name. He played a long time with the Braves back in the day.
Yeah, late 70s to late 80s.
Yep. Congratulations to Max Kepler there. Maybe I need to go pick him up for my fantasy team as well. Either that or just start Nolan Arenado. I have to choose. It's hard. It's a hard decision because I have Gino on my team as well, and I'm very partial. You know, I love Gino, Eugenio Suarez. So I kind of start him over Nolan at third base a lot.
You just explained why managers in the majors get paid so much money. It's never an easy choice. You know, one guy's been hot. Maybe it's his turn to cool off a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah, the other thing was that the Guardians and the Reds got rained out last night. So the Reds, they were playing a doubleheader today.
Is your team all Reds, Diamondbacks, and Guardians this year?
No, it's not. I have a few. No, it's not. I couldn't. Although I did pick up a lot of guys. I picked up Edmar Vargas.
Right. Was that last year or this year that you chose? Your philosophy was to pick the guys that you were going to be watching games for anyway.
Right. Last year, that was the case. And so, Gino went 0 for 4. Gino's only hitting 204. So I may have to sit him and play more Nolan Arenado because Gino just I can't. 204. That's you're going to be underneath the Mendoza line tonight if he's starting. That was the day game, which they lost to the Guardians 6-5. I don't know. I'll have to see if he's in the lineup for the second game tonight. But I can't have if I got Nolan Arenado just driving in runs, I got to get him in the lineup. Gino's not even playing in the second game, so there you go. All right, Cardinals camp is open for business. The big news that transpired over the weekend while we were out is Jacoby Brissett got his money. So he is there. He apparently, I would hope, is happy now, and we can get on to the business of trying not to be the worst team in the league, as many people are reporting. But then there's many that can't believe that the Cardinals gave him all of this money, and he apparently did not have an agent. His base salary is going to be $15.5 million with incentives. He could make $21 million this season for a team that, again, a lot of people think is not going to be very good. I don't know, and I guess maybe that's the juggling act that you have to play with this. If you believe this team is not going to be good, in fact, the odds on them winning the NFC West are 100-1. Maybe you don't pay Jacoby Brissett a bunch of money and you play one of the younger guys if you think this is already a lost year. But that is a hard when you're, Monty Austinforth and you're Michael Bidwell. And like J-Dub mentioned, you got a running back, a rookie running back who, if there's anything that people are talking about this team, it's Jeremiah Love. And so you got a couple of experienced wide receivers out there. You got one of the best tight ends in the league. Your offensive line is not trash. And I've said before, Jacoby Brissett can win you games in this league. He can win you games and put, with a solid running back and James Conner, who, however they choose to use him, coming back this year off of his injury. I just don't see the chatter that this is going to be the worst team. And yeah, they're in a division, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're in a division with three teams that made the playoffs last year and three teams that most people are going to think they're going to be pretty good again this year in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle. So I think that's a large part of this. But I think if you're the front office, you owe it to the guys in that room, the Buda Bakers and those guys that have been here forever. I think you owe it to them to put the best team on the field. And if that means you got to pay Jacoby Brissett $15 million to have what could be at least a decent offense, I think you got to do that. I think you absolutely got to do that.
I mean, I get the argument because he was 1-11 as a starter last year, and they lost 9 in a row to end the season, and they had a negative 133 point differential for the whole year, right? So the real story to start last year was they lost their all 4 running backs in the first 6 weeks. And what was it, 5 consecutive weeks losing by a walk-off field goal? So, I mean, it was really a tale of 2 seasons. Like the first half, the first 6 games, the Cardinals were in every single game, right down to the last possession. The season got away from them towards the end. But I think the argument for why the hell would you pay somebody that much money who only won 1 out of 12 starts last year, but as you said, I mean, some of the pieces around him, especially adding Jeremiah Love, having one of the best tight ends in the league, as you mentioned, I think if you have some stability at that position, you got to give your new head coach some kind of fighting chance out of the gate. Do you not?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that and, again, for Monty, he's on the clock. And this is a win. I mean, people can sit here and say, oh, we're going to be bad. I mean, this is not basketball. This is not basketball where you say, oh, we'll just start the young kid and we'll lose 12 games, 13 games. We'll get a pick next year and we'll build. This is the National Football League, and guys want to win now. And
it takes more than one Wemby to turn it around,
exactly,
right? Like the Spurs were terrible the year before Wemby, and 3 years later they're in the finals. It doesn't work like that in the NFL.
So we'll see. We will see how this transpires, but I don't, you were going to have to pay him something. I mean, this is the NFL. You got to have a quarterback, and I would much rather throw out a guy that's got some experience out there who, again, can win you games than going with a Carson Beck or one of those young guys who are Gardner Minshew, who, again, Gardner Minshew is like the next level down. He's definitely not. I mean, he can go out there and he's won games in this league, don't get me wrong, but he's not. I don't think he's not at the level of Jacoby Brissett in terms of the things that he can do out there on the floor. And the stats say that when you look at the two, for sure. 520-848-1290.
Who's going to be the starter in Minnesota?
Oh, well, that was one of the plays we got, I think, last week. Wasn't it for it says, well, the play actually was Vikings to win the NFC North which is right now plus 525, which I thought was, that's, and I think we talked about it. That's a little, I mean, you're basically giving up on the Lions, who've been the best team in that division now for the last 3 years. You're turning your nose up at the Bears, who obviously are coming along very nicely with Caleb Williams, to say that Kyler Murray's going to go in there and all of a sudden the Vikings are going to be the best team in the NFC North. I don't see that. I don't see that. And that might be one of those bets at plus 525 that we turn our noses up to, because I don't. And I think that was the one that Dragon Ball went off on last week when we played that, and it said the Vikings to win the North at plus 525. He said absolutely not. And I agree with him on that. Absolutely. That is not going to be the play. All right, updating you on your Diamondbacks before Dragon Ball gets in here. We'll talk some Steelers with him, because we got a couple plays now on Aaron Rodgers that we'll get his thoughts on as we get ready. 5-0 now in the fifth. 5-0. Ryan Waldschmidt. You might want to drop that. Waldschmidt scored on an error. Exactly. Rhino. We'll just call him Rhino. Waldy scored on an error. And so 5-0 is the count now for the Arizona Diamondbacks in the fifth.
Aaron Rodgers is only 12 touchdowns behind Peyton Manning. I had to look it up because I know he's been around a long time.
Wow.
527 career. And Peyton finished with 539.
Yeah. That's and consider. I mean, and think about that. And what he sat, how many years? 2 years? 3 years?
2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he left Cal. He was a junior or senior? He had been at Cal for a while. We saw a lot of Aaron Rodgers before he left college.
Dragon Ball rejoins us now. So Dragon Ball, we got another play, top play.
Talking about your favorite
quarterback
quarterback,
guy, Aaron Rodgers. Boy. Yeah. So
your favorite.
We've got 2 now.
Cave enthusiast.
We've got 2. I have to look. I don't know if I looked up the numbers on this second play, which came in on Friday while you were gone. But the play is Aaron Rodgers over 20 4.5 touchdown passes this year. And J-Dub and I both talked about this, and we were like, as long as he stays healthy, that's a pretty good play.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy play if he stays healthy. That's going to be the biggest thing, again, trying to figure out what the tackle situation looks like. Again, not seeing where Broderick Jones is in his recovery after his freak neck injury he had last season is kind of a sad state. But if they can keep him upright, he should definitely at least get to 21 based on the bet there. So no, I think the safe play is the over on my favorite ayahuasca enthusiasts.
All right, so we have that. So there are two plays now on Aaron Rodgers. We have the over 20.5 passing touchdowns and over 3,050.5 passing yards, which that one came in, I think, last week as well at minus 120.
Now that he's later in his career, could we just do like an over-under 3 controversial statements off the field during the season?
At least 3. The thing is with the Steelers, seemingly the last 2 or 3 years, it's not just been one person; it's been the whole team. So at least 2 to 3, over under 2.5 of outlandish activity that happened to somebody off the field. Because again, last season it wasn't just Aaron Rodgers with the controversial statements. Yeah, DK Metcalf nearly ripping a fan out of the stands to get into a fight with him over something. And there was a whole, I'm sure, another bits of conversation with Cam Hayward and his holdout last year. So there's bound to be something. I'm sure there's bound to be something.
TBT Steelers edition.
Days of our Steelers, as we like to affectionately refer among the Steeler fans.
Days of our Steelers.
Days of our Steelers, like sands in the hourglass.
Oh, gosh. Sands in the hourglass. Yeah, that's, my grandmother used to watch that one. That was one that
I was just saying,
she
Aaron Rodgers is only 12 touchdowns behind Peyton.
I was going to say, yeah, he's up there now.
Yeah, I mean, is it 43? 42?
40? I think he'll be 43.
And he missed how many 3 seasons on the bench? With the Green Bay when he first came
behind
in?
Brett for 3 years.
I think it was 2 or 3.
That's I mean, considering that's what we said. Considering 3 years, I mean that's a pretty good career there. That Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The amount of MVPs alone puts him in there. Yeah, I think it's 4. It's in Green Bay.
He's got 4 MVPs.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I'll check.
Wow, that's pretty good. I didn't know.
I think
he was quite that many.
I think he was in the end. I think he was 1 short of
4.
Brett, because I think Brett had 5.
He won 2011, 14, 20, and 21.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, he'll be getting his gold jacket at some point down the line here.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is that it's not just that. It's his first MVP was 45-6, 38-5, 48-5. 48 touchdowns to 5 interceptions is outrageous.
Yep.
And 37-4. Those are his MVP seasons.
Efficiency, as they say.
All right, we're not going to do pick it with Dragon Ball, but we will let the folks know what happened, even though Cricket's not here. We'll let the folks know what happened with her last pick. So we went to the break on Friday, the WNBA All-Star game. It was Team Coop and what was the other one? Team Swoops? No, Team Coop and
Witherspoon, right?
Witherspoon, yeah, Team Spoon. Team Coop and Team Spoon. We all picked Team Coop. The winner of the game was Team Spoon. So we are all wrong.
Should we play our new open for Dragon Ball?
You want to? No, well, no, because we want to wait until she gets back for that, right?
But she's not listening.
True.
If you want to.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I think we should
Next
wait.
Monday, stay tuned, listeners. We got a treat for you.
Yeah, we got a treat for you. I think we should wait on that.
Nice.
All right, DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Drag. Is it raining yet?
No.
No, it's not.
Not
okay.
raining yet.
It is sunny.
Sunny. Oh, wow, okay. All right, well, let's keep it that way. Traffic and weather every 20 minutes on the 5.
From the Cruise & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Accidents around town right now to watch out for. First one with injuries reported over East Speedway Boulevard and North Pantano Road. A lot of back about the intersection here, so try to avoid that. Another one with possible injuries at North Silverbell Road and West Ironwood Hill Drive. This is where Ironwood Hill turns into Grant at the intersection there. Lots of backup here, so try to avoid that spot as well if you can.
For your weather, again, still stuck at 101. We're going to stay here for a little while longer before eventually getting out of the triple digits close to about 6:30 tonight. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
The jungle has moved afternoon, so grab your best Tucson tuxedo and join us on the Jim Rome Show weekdays from noon till 3 p.m. right here on the flagship home of your Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns, and here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The second half of the NWSL season is in full swing on the pitch. The Washington Spirit topped the league standings after their 1-0 victory over the Denver Summit on Sunday. The Spirit offense is headlined by star forward Trinity Rodman, currently fourth among league goal scorers. And on defense, the Spirit tied for first with fewest goals allowed. Midfielder Paige Mateer and her squad have captured 4 of 5 matches since the NWSL returned from World Cup hiatus earlier this month.
The NWSL is like no other league. Every single game is a battle. It doesn't matter if you're playing top of the table or bottom of the table. And whether it's Denver or not, I think there was an emphasis that Denver's a really good team. I think that was something we realized going into it. It's never an easy task, and there's never any let up.
The Spirit back in action Wednesday for a showdown against the third-place Utah Royals. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Amy Lawrence on Westwood One.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with a Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we're talking about?
Apparently, Derek Dixon likes to play himself a little bit of golf in his free time. So.
One of the questions David Kelly's going to ask him when we get to Arizona Men's Basketball Media Day, for sure.
How bad are the breaks on the greens compared to North Carolina golf courses? That seems like it would be a huge difference.
DK on the Sports Tip. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, all the furry four-legged co-pilots out there. Pets like Axel, Bandit, and Smokey, who may not understand humans but do listen to you rant about young people today for hours. Thanks, heroes. Know what else keeps safe truckers going? Saving an average of $6,181 when they elect to share their ELD data with us. Get a quote at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. 2025 National Average Safe Driver Enrollment Discount Savings for new Progressive customers. Excludes mandatory program participants. Not available in all states. Driving data could increase or decrease premiums at renewal.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Right now, somewhere in America, a student is training, a student is studying, a student is working when nobody is watching. Not for recognition, not for attention, but because excellence is a habit. The 2026 Patriot Games are searching for exceptional students ages 14 to 17. Students ready to compete, ready to lead, ready to show America what they're capable of. $250,000 scholarship prize pool. Applications are open now. Your story, your opportunity, your moment. Applications now open. Freedom250.org. America's next champion could be you.
Hi, you know me, Scott Lehman from ScottSaysYes.com. Check out this month's Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar powered by Premier Auto Center.
Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar at wildcatsradio1290.com to find out what community events are coming up in the Tucson area. You can also find Wildcats Radio 1290 events, upcoming sporting events, and more. Get the details and get involved with our community at wildcatsradio1290.com.
Go to ScottSaysYes.com today.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000.
Morning begins in the Rincon Foothills. Rocking K, a master planned community and place to call home, offering distinct neighborhoods designed to fit your lifestyle. Explore the outdoors, walk the trails, visit Saguaro National Park. Enjoy community parks and make new friends at Rocking K resident events. Walk to Vail School District's newest campus in Rocking K, Saguaro Creek. 17 model homes, 6 quality builders, move-in ready homes available from the 300s. Rocking K, designed by nature, a community by design.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first, but when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. It is Little League season, and we've got a championship game coming up tonight up in Oro Valley at the West Regional Junior Girls Softball Tournament as the host team, Thornydale, from District Number 5, is going to be playing in the title affair. They had to come back through the losers bracket, but they have done so, and they will take on Foothill Little League from up in Redding, outside of Redding, California, Northern California, for the championship tonight. Foothill got through their side of the bracket undefeated, 3-0, and Thornydale is 5-1. So they will try to knock off. This will be the second time that these two teams have played in this tournament, and Foothill knocked off Thornydale in the first meeting by a score of 15 4. That was back on Saturday. Thornydale would win 2 elimination games on Sunday, beating Southern California and also the Arizona representative from Mesa. They beat Washington yesterday, and so they'll get a chance now. So they'll need this is double elimination. So they will need to win twice against the young ladies from Palo Cedro, California tonight in order to advance to the Junior League Softball World Series. First game actually is underway right now. Started at 5:00 tonight. So get on up to Oro Valley up there and check out the action at Arthur Pack Park. Tremendous event that we have here in Southern Arizona every single year. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. All right, we were talking in the last segment about Jacoby Brissett. Got a new deal. It is $15.5 million. Let's hear from Jacoby Brissett on finally getting the deal done, what it means for him, what it means for this franchise.
I felt good to be back out there. Obviously just standing around wasn't particularly fun, but, it was a good first day.
You did look pretty sharp considering you haven't had a lot of 11-on-11 work for a while. Did you feel sharp when you were doing stuff?
My head is still spinning right now. But I was just trying to call the right play and know what I'm supposed to do to be able to help the other guys. So I got to watch the film to be able to tell you, how I felt. My head's still all over the place right now.
Is it a relief to have this done? Is it a weight off your shoulders?
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure I'll probably sleep more than 3 hours tonight. So. And we got an off day tomorrow, so I'll sleep in a little bit.
I know you joke about, only getting 3 hours of sleep, but was there a point where it did become stressful for you?
Oh, yeah, it's because it's your livelihood, it's business, it's part of this game. And being here, obviously wanting to be out there with the guys, and that causes another stressor. But just glad it's over with and moving forward.
How nice was it, some of the guys like Buddha put out a statement, on Twitter and everything, and it seemed like the guys were really supporting you through this.
Was that for me?
Huh?
Was that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I knew it. No, it's good. I think that's the ultimate, reward in this game is your respect for your teammates. I think that's I don't even know if reward is more so the currency is the respect and the recognition from your teammate. I think that's what I kind of pride myself on, and really that's the only thing I really value. Contracts come and go, but your teammates and the people that you go to work with and the ones that want to go to bat for you, I think that's what matters the most.
Did you do this deal by yourself? Were there ever times throughout the offseason or maybe early in camp where it might have felt more challenging of how much you participate or wherever you are with negotiations?
I've never had an agent, so I kind of done all of them on my own. I won't say on my own. I have a team that I don't want to make it seem like I'm like a person that does it by myself. But it definitely got dark a couple times. But just trusting myself to be able to still get up and go to work and go train and things of that nature. And I wasn't here, but I still had ears here. I still was. Talking to some guys here, so it made me feel a little bit more included. Yeah.
Mike Flores talked oftentimes about your experience and through this process, the contract is the one thing, but you eventually learning the offense, he wasn't worried about because you are so experienced and because you have seen so many things. Obviously, there's going to be a certain amount of learning curve, but do you have that same kind of confidence in yourself that ultimately it's different than if a guy had been in the league 1 year and missed all that?
Yeah, I think that's what gave me even more confidence in myself is knowing that I've been through so many different phases of this thing of football that, I knew once the business got handled, now the football is the football, and I know take care of that, and I had no, doubt that, I'm gonna put the work in, I think that's what the reason why we did get a deal done, because they knew I would get the work done, and I think my teammates understood that, and obviously Coach LaFleur doesn't know me as well, but somebody told him that I would do the work, so.
You obviously came back during mandatory minicamp, but it started. Sorry?
You grew your hair out a little bit.
For now, we'll see. You threw me off. You obviously came back during mandatory minicamp and were in meetings at that point. Do you feel like you're kind of fully up to speed with learning the offense, or is that still a progression?
Oh, hell no. I think we just ran all day one plays out there for me today. So I got a long way to go. But again, like I said, I mean, I'm willing to put the work in. Obviously, after this night of sleep that I do get, I'll go back to 3 hours of sleep for work purposes now. It's training camp. We're all learning. It's first time in this offense. So I'm not naive to understand that it's still a lot of work to be done.
What's been your impression of Mike and just how he operates?
It's been good. Obviously not as much as in person as normally I would have during training camp, but it's been good. I have been able to talk to him on the phone and hear a lot of stories from the guys from OTAs and stuff like that. And then obviously being here in training camp and seeing this energy. I think it's 3 or 4 days been here, and it's been good. Me and him have had good dialogue and conversations, and then, yeah.
Are you able to elaborate a little bit about this offseason and when you potentially heard from the team that you would be the starter for this year? Has that been conveyed to you?
I think I got to go out there and prove it. I don't think it's a given just because the deal gets done. I think, you go out there and put your best foot forward. I think at the end of the day, no matter what, money-wise, I think as the coach and as the people of the organization, they got to put the best person forward.
Representing yourself, what was the process of kind of deciding that you wanted to do this holdout and that you wanted to kind of push for more money rather than just, showing up and playing on the previous deal?
I think that's the business of this league.
How did you come to that decision?
I think it kind of just unfolds as the business side goes,
You said that at times it got dark for you, and just in general, was there ever a fear that this might not happen, or was it more so a matter of just when will it happen?
I think a mixture of both. I think you have that. Nothing is guaranteed, nothing is given in this league. So, you wake up just like the football aspect of getting up, and one day at a time, you do the same thing with the business side of it, and you're honest with the people that you're, conversating with, and I think it's just obviously knowing who you are as a person, as a player, and I would say it's confidence, but just having the respect for yourself, I think plays a big part in it.
Were you surprised at how long this whole process took, and are you pleased with the end result?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go out and play. My like I said, my mind's racing, my heart's racing still too. But with these things, it's never a timetable. It's just a matter of when. Whether something happens or it doesn't happen. And glad it's over with, and now it's onward.
All right, Jacoby Brissett, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, got his deal and now ready to move forward under new coach Mike LaFleur. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Bottom of the sixth in Pittsburgh. Diamondbacks now up 6-0 behind Brandon Pfaadt in the offense tonight, looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. We'll chat some baseball coming up. Mexican Baseball Fiesta, 15th year, is on the horizon this fall. Frank Gomez going to join us. He is straight ahead. Dragon Ball getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s, traffic and weather.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. The pipeline replacement over on Valencia Road from east of Cardinal to west of Camino de la Tierra and on Camino de la Tierra near Valencia. It was set to go ahead and finish up their day of work for today at 6 p.m., but crews will be back out again tomorrow from 8:30 to 6 p.m. with eastbound Valencia down to one lane as that work continues. For your weather, still sitting at 101, eventually going down to 100 here at 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do.
Touchdown, Arizona, the freshman, Gio Richardson.
His 1-2 is really high. He has a care factor, eagerness to want to learn, and really opening himself up to the coaching.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Presented by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal. Find a store at metalsupermarkets.com. The entire NFL has now reported to training camp. Patrick Mahomes, returning from an ACL tear, and Daniel Jones with an Achilles injury are set to return. The Steelers' Jalen Ramsey will begin training camp on the physically unable to perform list, as will Packers star Micah Parsons, who is expected to be out until October. I'm Adam Abdallah.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Look, I know we live in a swamp, but our appliances don't have to be as disgusting as this. We need to replace them before it's too late.
Trick, you gotta keep Fiona happy, and I know just the place. Tucson Appliance.
Welcome to Tucson Appliance, where we have the best prices on an abundance of appliances.
If we get this one, they can deliver tomorrow. And in the morning, I'm making waffle.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Now we can live happily ever after.
Only at Tucson Appliance,
where you are our priority.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from Gray's Craze charcuterie boards and boxes. You can get a $50 gift certificate and you pay just $25.
Skip the ordinary party tray and wow your guests with Gray's Craze. Locally veteran-owned and operated, Gray's Craze of Tucson specializes in visually stunning, handcrafted charcuterie boards, grazing boxes, platters, and grazing tables. Whether you're serving health-conscious guests or those with special dietary needs, Gray's Craze offers a delicious variety of meats, cheeses, fruits, and vegetables to choose from. Order online with ease and let Gray's Craze build you a charcuterie board worth sharing. Convenience is always on the menu with takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering. For everyday lunches, special celebrations, corporate events, or a special and unique gift, choose Gray's Craze of Tucson, located on Cortero and Thornydale.
And this Gray's Craze sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
American Red Cross inventories of the most needed blood types, including Type O, are days away from crisis levels. Donors are needed immediately to ensure hospitals have the blood they need for patients whose lives depend on transfusions. You can help ensure accident victims, patients fighting cancer, those with chronic blood disorders, and others across the country receive life-saving medical treatments. Make an appointment today to donate. Use the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. solution.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing, a neighborly company.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, 15 years ago, two guys got together. Mike Fader, longtime minor league executive who was running the Tucson Padres, and Francisco Gomez, who had pitched professionally here and had some youngsters that were playing the game. And Francisco pitched the idea of a Mexican baseball fiesta to Mike Fader. And the event is still one of the big events of the fall here in Southern Arizona. And this year will be year number 15. And we're pleased to be joined by Frank Gomez, who joins us now on the show. And Frank, you are one of Francisco's sons as well, correct?
That's right. Thanks for having me on. I am the oldest.
You are the oldest of how many? Because I know Luis played professionally as well. How many sons did Francisco have?
We're 5 total.
5?
Four boys and a girl at the very end.
4 boys and a girl. So did you play ball as well growing up?
I did not. I didn't play baseball. I played football. I boxed in Mexico, and
oh, wow.
I did some rugby at the U of A. So I tried everything else.
How did you get away from the game? Like you
By trying everything else available.
There you go. So first of all, a little bit more about your background. So you've been involved now for, I think, about 4 or 5 years. What made you kind of to saddle up next to your dad and help kind of push this event now as we reach year 15?
Absolutely. This is my 8th year.
8th, wow.
Working. Honestly, this been a family affair since the beginning. From my brothers playing in it as part of the teams, to myself selling hot dogs, doing the kids area. I've kind of been all over the operation from concessions to putting up the banners to the back end and the administration. At this point now, actively for about 6 years. So I've had great teachers. I've been lucky enough to work under Mike Fader and all the different process and all the different systems that he made as he went through his career. So it's easy for me in that sense to come in and learn from someone already doing it, which is how the Mexican baseball fiesta started. My father approaching Mike Fader and essentially doing the let's do it like the real deal and go from there. So it's been awesome to see it grow, to see the different rooms where it has to grow. And as we move to different places, Tucson is our home, and we're very excited to continue to work with the U of A and bring that clash of different flavors in baseball. And we have the music, have the 9 or 10 innings that they like to play during the fiesta. So it's a bit of both.
And once again, this year it'll include all the usual teams. The Najaranos from Hermosillo, the Yaquis from Obregon will be here. Mexicali is coming back. Narete as well will be here. Arizona will play Arizona's going to open up the series the weekend this year. Normally they play like the second or third game, but this year U of A is going to play the very first game. Was that by design, Frank?
It was something that we wanted, U of A wanted to see, and if there was a possibility, and quite frankly, we're really happy to have the U of A every year. So we're always like to think of ourselves as easy partners and accommodate where they request. And the first game seemed like a really good special way to celebrate our quinceañera this year with the 15 years. So it was exciting to be able to advertise and call everyone to action in the sense of U of A is going to open the Mexican baseball fiesta for for a 15-year celebration. So
now you've kind of become one of the faces of this event because your dad now actually works for Hermosillo, correct?
yes, he's been now acting GM, I think, since 2022. So that's been my ramp up from the 8 years to this, to having again Mike Fader to help me do that change.
What was your first? How old were you when you first experienced Mexican baseball? When you first went to a game in the home country?
I was in diapers in Mexican baseball. My father played through the Mexican League with Naranjeros in the winter, with Sultanes in the summer, and he played professional with MLB with the Brewers for while I was born, during 1992. So it was, minor league stadiums, back to Mexico, it was just a blur of stadiums.
How close is how I was wondering? I've been out there, obviously been to the Mexican Baseball Fiesta annually, been out to a lot of the games. How close is that to what you would see at a home game in Hermosillo or Obregón or Mexicali or Cancun or one of those other places? How close of the atmosphere is it?
I think we get as close as permitted by the U.S. established stadium laws and different, bureaucracies in there. But it is as close as possible as it can get at this side of the border. At this point, it started with the idea of keeping it authentic. We work so close with the league, with the teams that make up the league, that at this point, we're kind of copying off of each other's work as we try to do, our version of theirs. They see us, and then they implement it in their season, and it's really cool because I let it be that kind of preseason for a lot of the teams, media team, for a lot of the teams, just back end of all of baseball, because it is that preseason. So I kind of let them, remind them that it's a fiesta after all, that it's the preseason. So I'm like, let's try it here, and if it doesn't stick, don't use it during the season. So it's become a tool for all the aspects of baseball, and that obviously, the preseason, see who's going to stay in the team, who's not, and then it's also, that same philosophy and at the PA level, at the media team level. It's all happening. So I believe now it's a nice boom for the season where, it's a point of gathering, and it was expressed in the press conference that every single team that comes here feels welcome and feels like Tucson is their home, and that's why makes our job easy of them wanting to come back.
You mentioned, obviously, preseason for the Mexican Pacific Baseball Winter League. Unfortunately, a league that did not come to fruition here in Tucson last year. There was hopes of that. Do you think we'll ever see that readdressed here in Southern Arizona in the future?
I think so. This is 15 years that we're celebrating, and it almost happened. So we're, as we continue to grow and foster the things that the community here has allowed us to grow, I think it's going to simply become even of a bigger and easier question to do.
There we go. October 1st through the 4th, Keno Stadium. It is the Mexican Baseball Fiesta, the 15th year. I cannot pronounce the word for 15, the party that all the young ladies have at 15. Is it Quinceañera?
Quince. Just short and sweet. Quinceañera is the full thing.
Yeah.
Quince is how I grew up saying it too, because it is still.
There we go.
It's we go from 6 syllables to 4.
Get your tickets at MexicanBaseballFiesta.com. Frank, hey, appreciate you taking some time to join us, brother. Looking forward to another year of it.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Frank Gomez, Mexican Baseball Fiesta. It's my birthday week every year. That's how I know that it is coming. All right, let's get to your Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, Thursday out at Randolph Golf Course, there is a performance fitting brought to you by Callaway. Take your clubs out there, and you might end up getting some new ones if they judge that their equipment might be better for you. We had Brett Gilmore on earlier. He talked all about it.
The Callaway Performance Fitting event we have this Thursday at Randolph is one that we do, usually every other month at our facility here. We also do them at El Rio, Fred Inc., and Silver Bell, depending on the time of year. But it's a great opportunity to come and get fit for new product. It's no pressure. So if you don't find something that is better than your current gamer, as we say in the golf business, you don't have to buy. But it's a great way to try the newest Quantum product that Callaway has out right now. I've been using it since it came out, and it's fantastic. But it's great. The team with Callaway that comes on out that brings all the new product, they put you up on the launch monitor so you can actually see all your numbers, what you're hitting it, comparing it to what you currently have in the bag. And it's just a great time to be fit for, like you said, the clubs that are made for you. So the right shaft, club head, loft, lie, even all the way down to the grip. So it's great because if you're really getting into the game and want to get better, having the right equipment that suits you will help you do it.
So then this is not something that's just that you guys have actually been doing these types of events for quite some time. So how many people generally will show up at an event like this?
All depends on the time of year. So being in the summertime right now, the slots are available to be booked from 8 a.m. to about 2 p.m. Because of the heat, but we'll get anywhere from about 5 to 10 per fitting. During the middle of the season, we'll expand it a little bit more and have 2 fitters, and that can get up to anywhere about 12 to 14. We actually just had one a couple weeks ago at El Rio that sold out with 2 fitters, and it was a great opportunity to come out and try the product. So, yeah, since I started in this role, we've been having Callaway come out and really as often as they want. We also deal with other vendors as well. We've had Taylor's out here quite a bit. Ping will come on out. TaylorMade has done it, and then we'll soon have our team be able to do it as well in-house.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, we appreciate Brett Gilmore for joining us on the show. Also tonight in Tucson, we've got baseball going on 50-70. That's the intermediate West Regional down in Nogales tonight. Marana is on the field down there tonight. They're going to play at 8 o'clock in an elimination game. So get on down there and support those young men as well. There have been some crazy scores coming out of that particular tournament down there. Northern California beat Nevada 33-zip. Southern California beat Colorado 29-0. Idaho beat Oregon 32-0. I mean, talking about football scores coming out of that 50-70 tournament down there. So a lot of great baseball happening. That's going to wrap
ball.
Really. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks to Frank Gomez, Brett Gilmore, for J-Hub, for Cricket, for Dragon Ball. I'm David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 3 o'clock. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We've been accident with possible injuries over at East Broadway Boulevard and North Wilmot Road. A lot of slowdown at the intersection here. Try to avoid it if you can. Meanwhile, southbound Park between 36th Street and 22nd Street is closed. You'll go ahead and also notice that road work continuing northbound on Park between 36th Street to North 22nd Street as well. Finally, down to just 100 degrees, eventually getting down to 94 here at 9 o'clock. I'm driving with Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here's a chance for you to double your money with a sweet deal from Gray's Craze Charcuterie Boards and Boxes. You can get a $50 gift certificate and you pay just $25.
Skip the ordinary party tray and wow your guests with Gray's Craze. Locally veteran-owned and operated, Gray's Craze of Tucson specializes in visually stunning, handcrafted charcuterie boards, grazing boxes, platters, and grazing tables. Whether you're serving health-conscious guests or those with special dietary needs, Gray's Craze offers a delicious variety of meats, cheeses, fruits, and vegetables to choose from. Order online with ease and let Gray's Craze build you a charcuterie board worth sharing. Convenience is always on the menu with takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering. For everyday lunches, special celebrations, corporate events, or a special and unique gift, choose Gray's Craze of Tucson, located on Cortero and Thornydale.
And this Gray's Craze Sweet Deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000. Use code DEPOSIT to borrow up to $10,000.
Hi, you know me, Scott Lehman from ScottSaysYes.com. Check out this month's Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar powered by Premier Auto Center. Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar at wildcatsradio1290.com to find out what community events are coming up in the Tucson area. You can also find Wildcats Radio 1290 events, upcoming sporting events, and more. Get the details and get involved with our community at wildcatsradio1290.com. Go to ScottSaysYes.com today.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
In this market, you're either a follower or a leader. While followers settle for the average, Cumulus Digital gives leaders the edge, beating industry averages by 25%. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out the form, and take the lead.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.